we are back to Bonaks Gaming's Queen Legacy Season 1. And although it says Season 1, it's not the first all-female Valorant tournament. But still, we're still happy to be here. Once again, we are your casters. My name is Annie, and Multitudes is with me. What's up?
What is up, Annie? It is so terrific to be here. It is the end of 2025, and what a better way it could end off than to simply end on a crazy Grand Finals banger here for the Queen's Legacy, sponsored by Ran Online Pinas. I mean, it's been so fun to see all these teams battle it out, and I think it's time to really crown our winner here.
Yeah, absolutely. And so after all the playoffs, we're finally down to two teams. That is the Bonaks versus Matilda GC. And get this, Multitudes. The Bonaks has 3 members of the team that are from the 2025 VCT Game Changers Pacific Champions, which is amazing. And of course, we also have Matilda GC. Maybe you guys aren't too familiar, but they are actually a Thailand-based team. So that's absolutely insane. And both of these teams made it to the grand finals. And get this again, they actually already faced off each other during the semifinals, where it's actually the Bonaks that won. So this is practically a rematch once again. It's like the previous tournament, like we just casted.
Very much so, you know, and it be coming down to the wire. But again, all of this could not have been done without the full support and sponsor and partner of Ran Online Pinas, right? It is a specific server for a class of MMORPG. I'm sorry, Annie. Ran Online, but it has this new play-to-earn version that offers players the chance to earn real-world rewards, right? So it's featuring gameplay from 2006 that focuses on the 4 classes: Sportsman, Brawler, Archer, and Shaman. It's very popular in the Philippines. So once again, thank you so much for Ran Online Pinas for sponsoring that 20,000 pesos prize pool. That's right. That's wild, Annie. That's wild. Yeah, so I mean, 20,000 pesos, unbelievable amount right now. And once again, thank you so much for joining us here. But yeah, on to the big stage we go. Grand Finals just beyond here for Queen's Legacy Season 1. And, you know, a huge shout out to Bonaks Gaming as well as Ren Online Pinas for putting this up. Again, it is meant to support, give a platform of gamers, either coming from a woman's background or people from marginalized genders and communities. So it's a great opportunity to show up, support your friends and your family and favorite teams here on Bonaks Gaming.
Yeah, absolutely. And no, Bonaks Gaming absolutely loves women, because actually I think most of the organizers behind Bonaks Gaming are girls, so they absolutely know what it's like. And of course, they love Valorant as well, and they love to create a community, you know, with lots of girls. And then they're giving them a platform in this tournament over here, which once again would have been possible without Ran Online Pinas. Thank you so much for sponsoring a very generous 20k. Which is, by the way, winner takes also. It's either one team. It's either you basically win 20k pesos, or you go home with nothing. So, best of luck to the Bonaks and Matilda GC. Hopefully, you guys will have a really great dinner with the 20k later on. But you know, as always, there will only be one winner, and this is gonna be determined with a best of 5, which we should be seeing later on. Considering that, you know, I think they're just fixing up things at the background, but still, you know what? They already faced each other off. It was a 2-1 as well. So we're gonna have a pretty long night, Multitudes.
I think so. I think it's a really good opportunity actually for Matilda to reflect upon some of the errors that they made, some of the weaknesses that possibly Bonaks has put up. I mean, they faced each other off literally like days ago during these semi-finals themselves that pushed basically Matilda into the lower bracket. So the memory is fresh for many of these players from Matilda, and hopefully they've had a chance to kind of sharpen their skills in the lower brackets in this double elimination format and come out with, you know, knives sharpened, guns ablazing against the Bonaks. And hey, like you called it, Bonaks has a bit of firepower on their team, and I wouldn't be surprised if they pull all the stops here today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's some pretty familiar names too, like especially Piety. I've seen this woman competing before, and well, let's just say she keeps appearing on the kill feed, and it's definitely not on the killed side. So you know what? I'm really excited to see this matchup with Matilda GC because I don't think I'm too familiar with Matilda GC's players. So, you know what? The fact that they're already here on the finals, it just says that, these guys are absolutely amazing. So, I'm really, not guys, girls rather. Girls are absolutely amazing. So, I want to see what these two will what these two will look like matched up together. And I think we're going to be seeing that really soon. But, yeah, talking about the fact that this is a rematch from the semifinals, of course, Matilda GC, they definitely have to kind of use the information that they got in the previous semifinals, kind of work it against the Bonaks and see what they did wrong and what they did right, basically. So they had like maybe a day or two or so to talk about it, to talk about their mistakes, to talk about what they can do up against the Bonaks, maybe even talk about which maps are probably good for the finals as compared to the semifinals. So yeah, that's basically it. There's a lot of things to think about, especially since you've already faced off with the other team.
Yeah, I'm thinking, as we get deeper and deeper, and obviously today is the last day of the Queen's Legacy Season 1 here, I feel like choosing maps that really exemplify a lot more team coordination, a lot of team fights is better. For that perspective, like, I think not, I think like maybe Abyss might be the one that might be banned out. We saw Abyss last week with another tournament that Bonaks Gaming put together, and I felt like that really allows for more possibly one-on-ones, a lot of like technical aim training duels, but this is the part where you want your brains over your brawn, and I think smaller maps, possibly like Split, like as well as Sunset, might be a couple of good maps that really perhaps showcase the tactics, showcase the strats that these teams might be able to bring to the table.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Abyss for finals definitely fitting. Maybe throw in a corrode in there, maybe a split just to, make things complicated. And I just hope I don't see an Ascent or a Lotus once again. That's semi-finals behaviors. That is playoffs behaviors. Please do not. Let's bring out the hard maps, guys. Let's see the Abyss falling into the void or something. You know what? Let's make it fun. And of course, like I don't know what the semifinals look like. I didn't know what their battle looked like with the best of three. I don't know what maps they chose, but they definitely have to choose something else, something not safe, especially with Matilda GC, because you know what. But then again, it is up to them, Multitude. It's up to them as to what they want to veto, what they want to pick, and of course, it goes with the agents as well. I think, and either they pick comfortable picks or they go ahead and try to think about what their mistakes were in the semifinals, kind of patch it up with like a little bit of a roster change or something. So you know what, it's all up to them. But once again, I don't have really much information about the two teams on the semifinals, so you know what, let's just leave that up to them.
Indeed. And I'm actually just, talking about map pulls, and Annie, you kind of reminded me. I quickly pulled up the Queen's Legacy Season 1 tournament rule set. I'm looking at the 7 maps that are available. Lotus isn't one of them, so a good job.
Good.
That 3-sided
Good.
map is out. I know we've seen so much Lotus time and time again, and it is. There's only, I think, my longest time ever going on Lotus. I did 3 back-to-back maps on Lotus for another tournament somewhere else, and it was just an absolute headache. I was seeing stars the entire time. But just to round things off, the 7 maps that are available will be Ascent, Abyss, Bind, Corrode, Haven, Pearl, and Sunset. Right, so Ascent is gonna be somewhere in there. Maybe they choose to ban it or they select it. We're not quite sure, but hey, first off, the first map of this best of 5 will be Haven, one of the 3 cited maps here. How do you feel about Haven so far, Annie?
Haven, it's like a more complicated Lotus, so you know what? Why not? Why not? We'll take it. I'll take it because it's not Lotus. But yes, the 3 sites, and you know what? it's a pretty map. But then talk about the teams, maybe I'm just looking at the agents right now. Finally, Killjoys and the Sovas, pretty standard, and of course Cloves. But kind of wondering what's. Wait a minute. MTG is the Matilda GC and TBN is the Bonaks. So I'm kind of wondering what the Bonaks are going to be picking here because I think they're either hovering or they haven't locked in yet or they haven't chosen anything yet. But then as of the moment, Matilda GC, yep, it's pretty well rounded. There's a lot of utilities and you know what? Let's just see how they execute that later on.
Very interesting, right? I'm looking at Barbie Queen, who I will here and out say Queen because there's way too many Barbies on the Matilda side. But hey, Queen chose Clove, which isn't typically a common pick for three-sided maps. This map is wide. There are three sides to cover, and on the defense side, if Barbie goes down as Clove, yes, you have post-death, post-mortem smokes. They can only go a certain distance, and that might call for hard rotates from the Bonaks side. Now, Bonaks goes the same way as well. Shawarma, right, which I believe, if I peel back the curtain a little bit, is actually Piety from the Zipto team, also choosing Clove. So tick for tat so far, it's actually a mirror matchup, an exact mirror matchup. I'm just looking at it right now, and wow.
I don't know if they did that on purpose, but sure, why not? You know what? Why not? So
I like it.
It's not gonna be about agent picks. It's gonna be pure skills, and then maybe a little bit of luck as to who is defenders or attackers first. Well, guys, best of luck because you guys are gonna be pretty confused as to whose utilities are used. But you know what? Whatever. It's what they want, and it's gonna be Haven. Of course, we got the utilities coming in, and then of course we have the neons and then the cloves as well as the breach. So this is gonna be fun, multitudes. It's gonna be very visual heavy.
Yeah, you know, I like the neon pick. Neon is actually has been increasing in agent pick select, at least on the Haven side, because there's actually a lot of space that neon can take up. Typically, nowadays a lot of teams run double duelist on Haven just because, you know, if you have like a Yoru or perhaps an ISO with the neon, you can really shield up and take space. But double initiator, not a bad choice either, right? You got your typical bromance coming out between Sova as well as Breach. That's classic. I am also a little bit surprised about the Killjoy. That's not something I expect to see at the super high levels. Cypher is a very common pick as well, just because you know, there's a bit more information that might come through from the spy cam that's being deployed around. So I'm very curious to see how they want to play this. And like you call it, you know, nothing about agents that can work off each other. It's pure because it's a mirror matchup. It's going to be purely about skill, purely about strats.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm kind of like curious about that right now. I mean, the Killjoy is locking down one of each side, which is pretty cool. You know what? I kind of want to see what the execution will look like with the age, especially well, the neon is nice, and also maybe perhaps the Killjoys and also the Sovas with the information gathering, and of course the breach just going in with the initiations. But you know what? Yes, mirror matches. So I'm kind of curious to see what it's gonna look like, and I don't really have information as to who will be defending or who will be attacking first. But I think
it should be Matilda starting on the defense.
Okay, there we go.
Confirmation as we're moving straight into IGN here.
Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna be starting off with our very first round of the grand finals. Once again, guys, best of 5. This is a rematch from the semifinals. This is Matilda GC versus the Bonaks, and you know what? Let's just enjoy the game.
Yeah, we're gonna have a few, like, you know, random characters on screen. Like this person, the neon here, we're actually gonna be calling them capricious for the most part because they are indeed capricious from the Expo team. But yeah, Dominic already trying to make sure that this mid space is secured. And like we called it, you know, neon's gonna be able to take all this early map control, early space, and the rotates from Matilda are fast and furious, already rotating the breach over, but they're not over committing, right? 3 maps, 3 sites means that they're able to spread themselves a little bit more and hopefully catch the defense on the rotates.
Yeah. Everyone mostly hovering about maybe B, not really seeing any commitment just yet. I guess they're all taking their time. The Bonaks are definitely taking their time trying to gather a little bit more information. There we have a little bit of bullet action here and there, just some audio cues. But no one's gonna be falling for that yet. Everyone's holding their ground. We have the clove smoke coming up, and they are entering. It looks like Capricious will get one, and that's the first blood.
Yeah, but a tick-for-tat trade so far from 555 means that even Stevens, both Neons dropping out, especially with the breach coming out from the depths. Barbie Dreamy, again, tick-for-tat trade right now. The, initiator out of action, at least for the side of
30
MTG as
seconds
well
left.
as TBN. Both teams need to find their way through. They're waiting for the Clove to make the sneak peek onto B. Storm is able to take two, and they do indeed. Explosive start, and that cracks open the...
Nice one, Observer. They caught the double kill of Shawarma back there. That's piety for you guys. And now the spike has been planted and only one person's left for Matilda GC. Question is, will Barbie Doll make this a Barbie world and clutch it? But Shawarma's definitely not making it easy. Just sidestepping each other. Still no casualties, but I'm pretty sure Barbie probably took a bit of damage. Shawarma's down to 38, 25 finally. Getting down. Okay, there's two more to worry about. There's smokes coming up. That's a great reaction time. That's absolutely insane, this Barbie. All right, one more, but in the end, yes, Alien Act 4 is gonna take down Barbie Doll. And that's the first point going on to the Bonaks.
I mean, great play from the side of Bonaks so far, right? You're thinking about utilizing so much map control, right? We have Dominic already placing that turret in the grassy mid space just to be able to prevent anyone from pushing out. And then they rely on the old push and pull method, right? The double fake onto A means that Shawarma is able to just slow creep their way up to B link. And of course, like, who can deny that classic right click doing all that, right? We have to get a nerf on this classic right click. Absolutely crazy.
Why not? Absolutely, why not? But it looks like we're gonna be going all in with the C. That's a death squad right inside the smokes, but at least he got one as well. So Warmer gets 14. Just looking for a little bit of information. Warmer gets a second. Alien Act gets a third, and that's it. Everyone's wiped out on Matilda GC. Come on, guys. Let's do this. 0-2 so far, so we're still in pistol, so nothing to worry about too much just yet.
Yeah, I think Matilda actually had a semi-buy up. Yeah, I think maybe one of these players. That's why Barbie is only able to buy up at least a lot of light shields here. I think they walked away with some Bucky at some point in time. Also, thinking about Barbie Dreamy's flash right up from C elevator. That the timing of that is tighter after the patch. Point 11 has been updated, which means that you gotta swing that faster. So, like you called it, it is going to be the buy round at least for Matilda. Let's see how they put the defensive side on.
We're good.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw the Vandals. I saw the Phantoms. You better put it to good use, and absolutely, that's exactly what you're going to get Capricious already, but unfortunately, Smart Potato takes down Barbie Doll. We got a little bit of utilities here and there. Trades off 3 versus 3 as of the moment, and at C is mostly the Bonaks, and Matilda GC will definitely have to retake this site.
Yeah, very, very egregious from the Matilda, sorry, the Bonaks breach player at the very least, able to get one with the aftershock. Now following up with a nice flash. The kernel now has been caught out, but the high-low makes sure that Mona has no clear sense here. All down to Dreamy, the whiff. Ooh, down to the wire here. 5 bullets, 11 HP, but so Shawarma super low. We know exactly that as Dreamy pushes the smoke. Shawarma, pinpoint accuracy, pushes them to 3.
Great. That was absolutely great positioning, and that is a 0-3. Just absolutely insane. Just predictions and everything. It's just crazy. But then, yeah, it's gonna be 0-3 as of the moment. And just looking at the guns, it's gonna be the Bonaks. Definitely gonna be getting their big guns out. I mean, they saved just a little bit in the previous round, and still they got the point anyway. And now until the GC are gonna be pushed back just a little bit in terms of economy, but that's all right. They got a couple more rounds to go. I I mean, we just started the game. It's already fine. But Shawarma's already trying to get a little bit of audio cues. Let's see what the Bonaks are trying to plan up now.
I mean, look, right now Matilda, Killjoy pushed all the way down C long, which means all this information has been fed. The defense are hard rotating on to A. They think it might be an A hit because they've given out this map control, but no, it's going to be the second letter of the alphabet as basically the duelist plus pseudo-duelist make their way, just clearing back site completely free of charge.
Okay, there's a little bit of fake energy here and there. We got a potato planting that spike, and it looks like Matilda GC are gonna be starting off with a 1 down. It's gonna be Capricious falling first blood, and there's a second. Shawarma revives. That's insane. 3 versus 1 as of the moment. 2 versus 1. We still got the smart potato, but will be taken out by Barbie Queen, earning Matilda GC their very first points on this grand finals.
That was crazy from Barbie Doll, right? Just able to round the corner with a bucket, get the Sova out of action, and it's just headshot after headshot to open up that B site. We saw Nicole maybe try and open things up with the Rolling Thunder. Was it Nicole? Yeah, Nicole tried to open things up and denied the retake from that Rolling Thunder, but it was just a bit too much to bear once Barbie Doll just wiped shop with those kills.
It's absolutely insane. Barbital being the top fragger as of the moment for Matilda GC. And I bet like a couple of those kills are actually from the previous round. But yes, 1, 2, 3 on the scoreboard. We're starting off. It looks like the Bonaks will be marching up to A as of the moment. Just 2 actually. So might not be a full commit, or maybe they're trying to get some audio cues in, but definitely Matilda GC, they're covering a bit of a lot of bases, mostly on A however, but they're not falling for the same thing second time. We still have B and C covered, so they have a lot of map control, and right now the Bonaks are taking their time.
Yeah, this might be the psych out that the Bonaks are doing, right? Basically, like you call it, oh, maybe they've kind of sneaked in through mid once more. Now they've left Sova on their lonesome, which means that from right now, Capricious is able to brush away through. Sacrifice still in the corner, but it didn't count with the Odin. Strikes true, finds a third along with Shawarma, and all these bodies fall. It's a repeat, 1 versus 3, and Doll has to do it all.
You gotta give credit to that Odin. That took 2. But yes, gonna be Barbie Doll once again, all alone on the map. Oh, Shawarma's just right there to meet him up, right in the face. And that's another point going in to 1 to 4 on the scoreboard as of the moment.
I mean, you think, right, like that Matilda had a bit more momentum coming out from effectively a thrifty win, trying to keep the ball rolling, but it's these mind games that Bonak are playing, right? Like hit them with the 1-2 stun, hit them with the double fake. Oh, make it seem like we're rotating off of A. No, we go straight in with 3 people, the Odin to back you up. Great plays here. Now, MTG themselves, they have a few ultimates. They have the Not Dead Yet as well, which is going to be big, basically putting 6 players on the field. Let's see how Barbie King wants to play this as well, holding down mid.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that this is a mirror match, it's gonna be the Bonaks using psychological warfare over to Matilda GC, and it's been working. Even I'm a little bit confused as to what they're doing as of the moment. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna be getting our first blood. Barbie Queen revives, and so we're still going on a 5 versus 5. Another count. You want to pulse once again, and so 4 versus 4. We have Alien after 4 planting the spike, and there's more casualties. We got 1 left. It's you again, Barbie Doll again, last person standing.
Spike against planted. 3. This is the trilogy. This is 3 times the charm once again, and I think that doesn't even have a good weapon to boot. So rather not, give an ultimate point to one of these 3 players. Maybe playing the long game. Let's see how Barbie Doll wants to play this though. Rocky in hand doesn't mean that it's gonna be good. As well as alien attack, just finding some sort of value with this recon dart. No, they're just playing with their food right now. This means that Barbie Doll has a chance to get up close and personal and take 2 for their name. Upgrade to the Vandal now. Left in this 1v1 situation. But it's too much to bear. The post plot comes true, and Dominic secures the round.
No, I thought they added Barbie Doll with the Bucky with a double kill. almost thought they had it, but immediately the fallen members fed information to their last player, and I think that just did it. That just did it, and it was a close call, but still, Barbie doll, please stop finding yourself in situations like that, please. But then you have 1-5 on the scoreboard. That's a 4-point gap between the two teams. And so far, yes, the Bonaks absolutely crazy with their psychological warfare in this game. But it looks like they're going for C. And let's see what they do about that.
Yeah, Bobby Dell, first one to drop against that overdrive, right? Nothing, no stall utility whatsoever. It is a save round for Matilda, but you gotta maybe put a dent into the heat of it all. We start with the retake here, Rolling Thunder, great start. Let 5-5 open things up. Yep, gets the 1-4-1 so far. It's a bit of a battle, but as the dust settles, it is Nicole and Shwarma just able to close shop once again.
Okay, that's a 5-point gap. We're going to a timeout. From the side of Matilda GC, definitely they have to think about how to counter all the strategies that the Bonaks are definitely putting out right now, because they're not giving Matilda GC any room to breathe. They're taking out all the big guns, all the fake outs, all the audio cues, everything that's fitting for the finals, and that's just amazing for the Bonaks. But for Matilda GC, I think just a little bit they're having a bit of a hard time adapting to that. So question is, how will they strategize against that? Or maybe they'll just, I don't know what the English word for Bowie is. Catch up in when the sides switch, when they become attackers. So you know what? See and let's see if there will be any sort of changes later on in the next round.
Yeah, it is attacker sided, like you called it. 3 sides means it's always harder to defend, but you probably want to maximize yourself to, losing 8-4 at the very max during your defensive path. I'm thinking about what Coach Sunny might be talking about during that 1-minute break. Thinking about maybe being a bit more aggressive. We haven't really seen Matilda GC take map control, I think only twice in the last 7 rounds, aggressively to get that information. So hopefully they do something, at least for the round after, right? This round is kind of likely going to be a wash because it looks like it's a save. We've got a Bucky. I didn't even see Sova hold any sort of primary weapon. So if anything, once again, it's going to be on Matilda to try and stem the bleeding and try to set themselves up for a good next round.
Yeah, absolutely. They do have to be proactive because Bonaks definitely won't let them breathe, especially when they're being passive. But right now, it's a good start to Matilda GC. They got one, and then now they're just trying to get the C side back on their side. There's a bunch of trades coming in, but it's still 2 versus 3, and now there's only one
player standing.
Barbie Queen's gonna be falling. Oh wait, rather, that's a double kill. Okay, it's a 1 versus 1 as of the moment, and they're gonna be meeting up in this overkill. Okay, Alien, I see you guys there, but 1-7. Let's hope we see a better round this time for Matilda GC.
Yeah, and for those not in the know, Alien account 4 is actually Khan in disguise from the Zipto GC team. The team that won 2 months ago. For the entire VCT Game Changers tournament. I mean, no big deal. No big deal at all. They got down with the Odin. I mean, all things considered, Matilda did a great job of taking 4 lives as well as 1 ultimate. So, pretty good.
Yeah, there's just been so many close rounds. And in the end, when it mattered the most, the Bonaks pretty much won the 1 versus 1s. Just clutched everything out. But over here, I don't know what Matilda GC is planning with this sort of setup, but let's see if it works. Shawarma gets Barbie Queen already. Shawarma revives with that revenge kill from Barbie Queen, but right now it's still 4.
You should run.
Can't find the revive, but now the lockdown is in play, which forces the hand a little bit faster. Great flash. Barbie doll flashed out, and that's Nicole finding a 2 apiece. Now 5-5 with the trade of a Sentry against Neon. And we'll have to back off, Matilda tried their best to envelop from all situations, but it was Shwarma who pushed themselves further into the defensive spawn and just made it so much harder for the envelopment to occur.
Okay, it's gonna be a hunt now. And that's gonna be a little bit of a 1 versus 2 split, but nonetheless, the attackers won anyway, so that's by default 1 to 8 right now. If they don't catch up on points, not even like maybe 3 points just before the switching of sides, I think Matilda GC might have a little bit of a hard time catching up in terms of attackers. But as of the moment, the Bonaks definitely with their 7-point gap, it's looking really, really nice. Matilda GC might be going for a kind of a full buy, almost not really, but still, the Bonaks are kind of playing around right now. They got the Odins and everything, so you know what? I think the Bonaks are just enjoying themselves. But the GC definitely has to step up.
They do indeed. Right now, placing 2 on this part. They're worried about, yep, the Bucky. So they're sending a drone in, and Barbie though still finds their 1. Okay, Bucky on the corner gets 2 in the midst of it all. Poppy not dead yet as well. This is a comeback of the lifetime, right? The spike now caught in the middle of no man's land. Barbecue will have to hunt for someone to mow down, but it doesn't even matter, I think. Just the Hunter's Free online. Bit of a wild call that comes out from the final player of Bonak, and they know exactly where the Hunter's Fury is. They don't need to hunt because they have the spike.
Yeah, absolutely. They can just let the timer pass by. And Alien Act 4, I don't know if this guy will try anything, but they can definitely clutch out this 3 versus 1. I mean, we got the Sova from MTG and the Breach as well at half health. Maybe it's possible. Let's see if the Sova is gonna be clutching this. Ooh, no, they won't.
Great off angle from Barbie Dreaming as well. 1 straight to the noggin. I mean, honestly, MTG should not have won that, right? Matilda GC,
yeah,
they walked into it like you called it with a bit of a shaky buy. They had Buckies and Guardians covering that C-long position. I think it was actually Bonak that made the error. Maybe they're having a bit too much fun. They sent in the drone and they think, okay, they can just press it with Feng with Capricious on that Neon, and immediately was taken out. So you gotta you're paying you're paying right punishment for the the errors you're making.
Yeah, but it's a good thing Matilda GC still punished them for that. They took the advantage, and they went ahead and snagged that point nonetheless. But here, we're going to be starting off with another round. It's a messy map. We have some players from Matilda GC overstepping just a little bit, but let's see if it works out anyway.
Oh, I love it, right? The covering fire from Barbie Queen just to go to just hold the fort, but Genie caught out with the spam as well, which means so many players. Oh, Barbie Doll has the flank of a lifetime. The discipline coming up nice and slow. 5-5 is also mowing them down, so Barbie Doll needs to make a move. Quick and easy and just evacuates the entire B site. Now, knowing where Dominic is from some sort of sound cue, some sort of transfer of information, a nice 3K to seal the deal, and MTG are finding their momentum.
Last round before the switch.
Barbie Dolls, you again, last person standing clutches that 3 versus 1. Respect. I mean, I saw your previous rounds. Finally, you clutched that game. You gave Matilda GC your 3rd point. Let's see if this becomes a 4-2-8. Maybe they'll have a chance, especially when the switching of sides will happen, because it's kind of a little bit clear that Matilda GC is choking just a little bit on the defensive side. But let's see if they fare better once we go to round number 13.
Yeah, it's the final one right now. They have to make it move. And Dreamy is on a rampage! The flick is intense! Right, looking for more. Feng does shut it down at the final moments, but now in a 2v4 situation, oh, it's looking hard for the Bonaks, right? Matilda finally finding some sort of weakness and some gutso play coming up from the coach makes all the difference.
The Bonaks are definitely going back to their mother's womb, to the attacker's spawn, but it looks like Matilda GC, they're trying to guard as much of the map as possible, but they should probably peek at C as of the moment. They're just holding on to the corridors. We have 5-5-5 actually being a little bit proactive here. Gonna be going from behind. Let's see how this works. But yeah, that's 2 down. That's too easy. Matilda GC, they're popping off like just at the right time. We're 8-4. I don't know what their coach said, but it's definitely working.
Oh man, Annie, did I cast the
Switching
curses?
sides.
I did say during the break, right? 4-8
Yeah, 8
is
to
a
4.
great
Yes.
score.
Still working?
Exactly,
Double
it's a
check it,
great
please.
score for Matilda to walk away from,
Placing
considering
alarm
it is an attacker-sided map. So you know the fact that they were able to string not one or two but three rounds right at that tail end
Turret out.
to really kind of
All in my
upset Banak in on their attacker side is a phenomenal achievement. So now on the flip, again, agents are mirrored. It's all about strats. Let's see how Banak want to play their defensive side.
Yeah, and well, Matilda GC, I'm kind of curious to see what Joker's strategies are gonna look like. Definitely, the Bonox probably just gonna be the same old kind of defend, go to the sides, just watch all the entrances, and then go ahead and get the retake if ever they
Go,
plant the
go,
spike.
go.
But over here, it looked like five. I thought someone spotted someone, but never mind. But yeah, nonetheless, it looks like a little bit of a split push. Someone B, someone C. Let's see where they commit, but the spike nonetheless is gonna be going to C.
I mean, Capricious pushed all the way up into A lobby as well. So that's feeding information. The rotates from Banak are already coming through. Dominic immediately overwhelmed. Sharma gets the trade though, but not too long they stand. So plot will be coming down in this 4v3 situation.
Okay, looks like the Bonox are gonna be piling in. Alien F balls. And let's trade up. There's one left. And that's it. Matilda GC. Okay. Okay, I see you guys. They're slowly
see
climbing
you.
up. That's a 3-point gap. That's a 3-point gap. You saw a while ago. It was like, what was it? 2 to 8, 1 to 7, and right now it's
Yeah.
5 to 8. It's 5 to 8, and well, if I were the Bonaks, I'd probably stop playing around right now and get a little bit more serious.
Yeah, I mean, not too shy. Okay, not too shy. It was actually really messy, right? The pistol bullets were going a bit awry. Yes, the flashes were causing some confusion. A lot of
Watching
graphical
here.
kind of pixel happiness happening on screen right now. But hey, it goes the way of Matilda. Great stuff, right? But now have to respond with something in kind, especially because the attacker side are going to be armed to the teeth. We already see this Vandal in. Is it Vandal or Phantom? It might be a Phantom. My apologies. Yep, it's a Phantom. It's the only Phantom. Honestly, I love the Only Phantom. One of my favorite skins, Annie. One of my favorite skins.
If I had the money, but
If,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but
Honestly, all the skins, all the skins.
all the skins. But then yeah, I mean, skins aside, I'm totally not jealous or anything like that. But we are hearing a little bit of bullets, a little bit of audio cues, and looks like everyone's gonna be making their move. You can see, just like a whole typhoon, it's gonna be the Bonaks filing into A side, but it's gonna be too late. Haha, finds Capricious. That's first blood. It looks like Mona is gonna be planting real quick, and
planted.
the Bonaks, they'll have to worry about the retake.
Yeah, I mean the recon got spotted at 3, so the retake from the backside is ensuing as well as Alien account tries their best with the share. Sharma gets rid of the flank, so they don't have to focus their efforts backwards.
One
Now it's
enemy
becoming a bit
remaining.
too overwhelming, especially in this 1v3 situation. Barbie Dreamy has the pickup onto the Phantom, the Oni, my beautiful skin as well. A lot of crosshairs being trained. The smoke comes out just to be able to give this final breach player a bit more space to maneuver, but dropping to the spike's probably the best. Very, very egregious. Now, see, 4K giving the ultimate orb to 5-5 means they're 2 away from the overdrive on round 3 of the second half. That's wild, Annie.
Oh my gosh. 6 to 8. That's a 2-point
Yeah.
gap.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Alright. Alright. I mean, like, whatever they did in the timeout's definitely working. And this is like prime time grand finals, guys. But it looks like both teams actually struggled just a little bit on the defender side. So you know what? It's pretty mirrored, and I think let's kind of hope that the next like coin tosses are gonna be on the favors of the teams. But as of the moment, it's gonna be 2-point gap, and then we're seeing Matilda GC is kind of filing towards maybe A sides, maybe B side. Let's see what their decision's gonna look like.
Yeah, the rotate's already coming in, right? They're kind of leaving that Killjoy on their lonesomeness. Coming out right now. Alien account can't hold the barrage. We have Nicole at least try to take down one for their troubles, but nothing more than that. So the retake will now have to ensue from Bonaks.
Planted.
Just waiting for the Killjoy to peek around. I think Capricious is up top, wanting to get a bit more. Shoma opens things up. Okay, even Steven so far. Okay, the retake is going very well actually. Now Jimmy caught in a bit of a
Ooh, no.
waiting for
Last
more.
player
But the
standing.
trade from Mona is great. And now left in that 1v1 situation, Mona can just play time. Dominic knows why this final player is trained on this A-long position. Turret out as well, trying to get a bit more chip damage onto this Sova. Just playing with the food. It's great so far, but now is where Mona is tested, right? Having to play around this, knowing they're
Imagine
not
if I
on the
died
target,
right now.
or if they are.
funny.
And Dominic is great to bait it. Do they have enough time though, Annie?
Oh, it looks like they do. That was kind of a clutch, just a little bit. If only Matilda GC took a little bit more patience in trying to bait them. Dominic Toretto definitely had the disadvantage over there, having to worry about the spike and the player trying to shoot them. But in the end, yes, the Bonaks finally got the first point as the defenders. Worked out for them, but I think they're still gonna be on a save.
Placing
Yeah,
alarm bot.
I mean, honestly,
swarm
that
grenades.
clutch came from
peeks now.
Piety's, or rather Shawarma's, post-death clove smoke, right? Without that, I don't think the Sova would have been able to be deprived of so much information. So kudos to that
Standing
as
ahead.
well.
Yeah, absolutely. And like the smoke definitely helped out with the diffuse, just a little bit harder on the visuals. But over here, we might be seeing our very first kill. Just looked away at the wrong moment. But 555 definitely gonna be filing in. Barbie Queen takes out Alien Act 4. Let's see what the next move is gonna look like.
planted.
Mona's gonna be planting that spike, putting a little bit more pressure on the Bonaks once again. But just looking at the map, several people on the C side, they're gonna be going in real quick. Dominic gonna take one, and it still looks like 4 versus 4. And it looks like the Bonaks are gonna be waiting just a little bit before before going in. They're just waiting for the other players to rotate, and it looks like it's gonna be starting off. Mona taking one.
Mona taking one indeed, right? It's the Dominic Soma now finding their mark in the midst of it. Oh, okay.
Imagine
You know,
if
within
I
seconds,
died
the
right
dominoes
now.
all fall, and Dominic once
funny.
again lending the task of having to defuse.
My
I
ultimate
actually
ready.
thought that it got really
no,
close
you don't
because
deserve
Barbie
my
Doll was on the
revenge.
other side of the map, taking the attention of not one, but two defender players from the Bonaks side. And only once Barbie Doll was dealt with
got
on
money.
C
Need
side
something?
could they rotate over, and that just bought so much time. But I tell you, once Bonaks were able to reassemble right outside of A, they came in hard, they came in furious, and they knocked the wins out of Matilda.
Oh well, it was a good attempt, but still the Bonaks managed to clutch that just a little bit. I don't know what's with the Killjoys. Why are they always the last person standing with the clutches? But you know what? Kudos to them. But not this one. Shawarma. What was the 555 even looking at? And they get another one. Did not learn their lesson, and Shawarma is still right there. Let's see who will take the next kill.
Enemy
I
remaining.
tell you, Capricious absolutely feeling it right now with Shawarma getting a nice 3k. They know where this final player is. They're actually hunting from it. Finding Barbie Queen. He gets them in the back so far, but into the firing squad we go. And Shawarma with nice 4k to seal the deal.
Man, give Shawarma her shotgun. That's crazy. They just waited at the door and then bang, and then sees another person bang. That's a double kill immediately, and they end the game with the 4 kills. Just a great performance coming in from the Bonaks. But here, 6-11 as of the moment. So the Bonaks are pretty much 2 points away from winning this first game on the best of 5. So Matilda, I was kind of banking on them catching up on points when they switch sides, but as of the moment, after the first few rounds, they're struggling just a little bit to bounce back. So let's see if they do something different, especially with 3 ultimates on their side. But right now 555 gets 1.
I mean, they're taking a leaf out of Bonaks' gameplay, right? They're sending the Neon on a bit of a sprint, just trying to dance around, taking all this attention. Meanwhile, they've inserted Killjoy in the midst of this B-Link as well. Yeah, 555 drops, but they're hinging on the fact that they don't know where this Killjoy is. Barbie now catches them, but the jumping is too much to bear. Oh my gosh, wait, what? How is that even possible? That was supposed to be Barbie dolls, but they whiffed.
Oh my gosh, that exchange, that bullet exchange took like 3 business days. No one fell down, it was just like sidestepping all those whiffs. But in the end, yes, that was the outcome. Oh, Mota's gonna be planting a spike. Dominic's gonna be taken out of the picture. Mona, managed to plant the spike just in the nick of time, but they did get taken down. And over here, I think we're gonna be seeing few players. Okay, there we have it. Barbie Queen falls. Revives and immediately gets hunted down. I don't think this is what's happening. What is happening? That stressed me out so much. Oh my gosh, guys, please don't do that. the whips in this round. But in the end, yes, another point goes to the Bonaks.
Alright, chat. If you want to clip anything for TikTok, it was round 18. Round 18 was ridiculous. There was, the fake sell from 555, the slow push from Barbie Doll, the absolute whiff from Barbie Doll, and then right at the tail end, down to the one-on-one Nicole managing to get theirs. So, I mean, incredible. But yes, indeed, we are up to map point.
Oh my gosh, match point finally. I don't think I'm pretty young, guys, but please don't give me heart disease. That was crazy, all the whiffs. But yes, 60-12 on the scoreboard. I don't know if Matilda GC is gonna be catching up on this game. So let's hope for a better game in the next map. Over here, it looks like Matilda's gonna be going on to kind of a split everywhere else, but the Bonaks are heavily guarding around C as of the moment. So let's see what the plan is for Matilda GC.
Placing swamp grenade.
Yeah, Bonak, they sent out that drone pretty early on A. And actually, this is a smart move, right? The fact that the drone didn't see anyone means that, someone might be rotating off. But, and that calls for Matilda to want to maybe re-rotate themselves to A, understanding that it might be a weaker thing. You see for the alien account just having to maybe take to the heavens because they're unsure about all this information they're finding.
Flash out!
Yeah, but it looks like a lot of utilities are gonna be coming in. That's the first blood. 555 falls. It's on the side of the Bonaks, but that's the trade-off immediately. 3 down. Oh, that's a 2 versus 2. Spy carrier
One
kill.
enemy remaining.
Still pressure onto Matilda
Last
GC.
player
That's
standing.
a triple
30
kill
seconds left. I
for
got the
Barbie
spike.
Queen. Dominic finds Barbie Doll. However, it's gonna be a 1 versus 1. Let's see if this is gonna be to the side of Bonaks or will it be Matilda GC? And it looks like that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the first game for our grand finals, 6-13, with the victory of the Bonaks. So don't worry too much. It's a best of 5, so Matilda could still catch up. And they had a couple of really good rounds, and I really thought, they had a little bit of momentum. I really thought they had it. They could catch up on points, but unfortunately, the Bonaks took back that momentum, and well, you saw the scoreboard, 6-13.
6-13 indeed. I mean, phenomenal plays from Bonak, right? Right off the rip, even from pistol round onwards, we saw them already applying multiple different types of strats, and that's what you have to rely on in that mirror matchup. The clove, the double initiator matchup means that you have to outwit your opponents. There was Matilda trying to take a leaf out of them a few more times during the later part of the half, but I think, like, you're right, they've lost way too many rounds on their defensive half, and it couldn't keep the momentum going after they lost the bonus on their attacking side. So I think there's a lot of there's a lot of potential for Matilda. I think it's time to kind of dig deep because it is a bit of a marathon here in this best of 5.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, we know that Matilda probably has something in them because they did lose 2-1 on the semifinals, so they could potentially beat the Bonaks. But let's just see how they execute that. Once again, I don't know how the semifinals worked, how close the games were, but definitely there was a chance perhaps for Matilda GC to stand up to the Bonaks, and we saw them. They went 6 points and then they just couldn't catch up on points. I really thought they had it, but then still That was Haven. That was their first map, and hope to see maybe a little bit more interesting maps later on. Perhaps maybe an Abyss, maybe Corrodes, some other maps, perhaps maybe Pearl as well. We might see harbors later on. But of course, yes, before that happens, I think we will be seeing the post game really, really soon. But then, yeah, once again, guys, this is Queen's Legacy Season 1. Thank you so much to our sponsor, Ran Online Pinas, for making this possible for our 20k prize pool. And once again, this is all or nothing for the two teams as of the moment. So it's only win and take all the money, or lose and go home with nothing. But then, yeah, once again, Ran Online Pilipinas, Pinas rather, is a specific server for the classic MMORPG Ran Online, and it is a play to earn if you guys are familiar with those type of games. And then, yeah, guys, there's a lot of information about it on Bonaks Gaming as well, so do check it out if you can.
Definitely check it out again if you can indeed. I mean, they're the ones who are supporting this with 20,000 pesos. So once again, thank you so much for Rand Online Pinas. And while we do wait for the post-game stats to come online, Annie, I'm actually really excited to see some of them. And speaking of which, it's right up here, right? Right, we've got, of course, the MVP Shawarma taking the throne from the rest of them with a nice, healthy 24 kills to 7 deaths and a disgusting ACS of 364. So, the way we saw Shawarma really take space time and time again, using the Not Dead Yet to really make a lot of aggressive plays, I think that's worth the MVP title here.
Yeah, absolutely. Shawarma, especially with those double kills right at the door with the shotgun. That was crazy. There were really nice moments that were on stream, on screen. So you know what, you guys just clip those those whiffs and maybe those clutches as well. I think there were a lot of really nice moments in the game. But then, yeah, congratulations once again to the Bonaks, and then of course to Barbie Queen, but getting 20 to 19 on the KD, and of course a 308 ACS. Still a good start, but still definitely not enough firepower to go up against Bonaks. And hopefully we see something much better for Matilda GC on the second map. Yeah.
And you talking about score, the kills actually reminded me that actually it came down to the wire a lot. You don't see a lot of big differences in kills, right? Yeah, it's 24 is the highest, 11 is the lowest, but all things considered, that's a very tight spread. And I think each and every one of these players are playing down to the wire, which is why it came down to a lot of like 1v1s, 1v2s, even clutches that came through. And this scoreline 16-3 doesn't quite reflect that, that the game has been so much closer than it actually is. So I think there's a real fighting chance for Matilda to make a play somehow and come through.
Yeah, there were actually a lot of really close rounds, close clutches. It just so happens that the Bonaks know how to end fights. And then, yeah, guys, speaking of ending, that was the game number 1. That is map number 1. That was Haven with the victory of the Bonaks. And of course, we will be going on to map number 2 after a short break. So, guys, do not go anywhere. We'll be seeing you in a few minutes. Once again, we are back to Bonakso Gaming's Ran Online Pilipinas Queen's Legacy Season 1. And we are still your casters. And just a little recap, we did see game number 1 just a while ago. And that's on Haven with the victory of the Bonaks. So, Multitudes, what do you think about the first game?
I think that okay. So as we mentioned, right before the break, I think it was a really close round after round. Yeah, 13-6 isn't the best scoreline that you want to hear, but perhaps if you're Coach Sunny from the side of Matilda, you're thinking, okay, a lot of these ended in 1vx's, and when we did win rounds, right? Basically, they stomped it in like with 3 or 4 left alive. I think there's a lot of opportunity from Matilda to be a bit more aggressive with some of those plays. Now, I will also have to see what the next map is as well, right? Aggression isn't necessarily translated easily to map after map, and with the way that Bonak are playing right now, which is off their freaking minds, they stand a really good chance. I'm thinking about Nicole, right? And on for those on the stream, it'll be the ones with the long Chinese characters that basically means smart potato. I think Annie has the full translation of that. But the breach has been phenomenal, right? Like, so many flashes, so many stuns, dealt in at the right time to open up space for their team.
Yeah, so kind of curious as to what Nicole will be choosing for their agent because they did so well as the breach in the previous map. So we'll be seeing bind, yes. Which is, yeah, I guess it's okay. Kind of hoping for an abyss, but bind's fine. And just looking a little bit disappointed, but just looking at the agent. So I guess we have a mirror sky and mirror clove. And that's it. No. There's
Chamber.
a mirror chamber as well. So I think that's it. So, and then we have the Reina and the Jets alongside with the Raze and Fade on the side of Matilda GC. So not so much of a mirror match, but still I don't know. Okay, the defense is gonna be the Bonaks this time, so it's a little bit different from the previous game. Let's see if Matilda GC might do a little bit better as the attackers first.
Yeah, very interesting composition, right? Firstly, Sky. Basically, this is Sky's only good map. Like, no, Sky. You don't really play Sky anywhere else, right? So that's fair enough. You got your flashes, you got your dog to be able to scout things out. Your solo initiator, except that effectively, the Fade is going to be on the side of Matilda. So you got your Haunt as well as your Prowler as well, just to be able to clear these corners. The rate and pace is significantly gonna change, right? Bonak are moving to double duelists. They've got Jet and Reina, which are very selfish agents, right? They want to dash in, they want to create space, and with Shorma back on the Clove, this is basically like 3 duelists. Actually, I'm thinking about Chamber as well. Chamber is a pseudo duelist. Yes, Sentinel on paper, but a duelist at heart. That's basically so much firepower that Bonak are gonna bring in, countered by the double initiator from MTG. That's interesting, right? MTG want to slow down the pace. It's interesting to see how they want to play here.
Yeah, pretty interesting. But on the duelist on the Bonaks, it's kind of like it kind of gives me like the solo queue kind of feels, you know. But then the solo queue feels, you know, you don't trust your teammates, so you go ahead and get the Reina. But then we're gonna be starting off the game. Of course, it looks like we'll be storming up to the B side for Matilda GC. No casualties yet, so let's see how Matilda GC fares as the attack. What is happening over here? Come on, guys. Don't whiff like that. But then, yes, finally, First Blood Barbecue takes down Dominic.
Yeah, Nicole's already on the bit of a fast-moving pace here, wanting to make sure they clear this elbow to the best of their ability. Oh, they've allowed basically Shorma to come out through tube. Alien accounts right there with them as well. And so far, it has been a smattering of bodies falling from the side. MTG not if I have anything to say about it. Left is just 1v1, has to teleport out of there, has to play time. If anything, the smoke's coming out of cover, but Capricious down to a minuscule amount. They know that they're off the spike, but now it's just a game of chance. And 555 wins it out against all odds.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know what round it was in the previous game, but this happened also with the clove
Yes.
smoke covering the
Yes.
defense. But this time, the
Does
ending
anyone
was
have
different.
funds?
It was the attackers
Okay.
that got the bullet just right, just hit just right. And then, of course, the Bonaks, they didn't do anything wrong. They took the chance and tried to defuse it, tried to give,
Bonne
like,
chance, mes
you know,
amis.
like hope that time is on their side and also luck is on their side. But right now it's gonna be Matilda GC, and let's see if Matilda GC can hold on to this momentum.
See, indeed. Right, Dominic has to teleport out of there. The rendezvous used, giving a lot of sound cues, which means that, MTG are gonna know that at least they wrapped around, but I don't know how far they wrapped around. 5-5 ready for the push. Find Shawarma. Do they realize Dominic's run the corner as well? Not just yet. So far, Matilda has made it on site.
Spike
Good.
planted.
It's gonna be now the push out into this nice flash to give a lot more space, but the mow down from Barbie Dreamy is solid. Now the counter flash down the corner. Oh, Fong finding the mark. Dominic finds one as well, but shut down by Pixie on the other side. So we'll be able to pick up this Bulldog, gives it to the Reyna, now on the prowl. 1v2 situation. Sees just buying enough time for them to make their way in. Great economy damage so far, but they'll have to do a bit more.
Yeah, it's gonna be
One enemy remaining.
still over. Ooh, that's a double, and not really from the same person, but still, that's Lincoln time.
chamber
That
is
just
dangerous
gives
from
Matilda
afar.
GC the
up
second
bleeds
point that
like
they
the rest
need
of
to.
us.
You know, it's kind of more or less the same story. Both teams do really well as attackers. It's just that it just so happens to be Matilda GC on the advantage, or the slight advantage as of the moment. But then, yeah. Looking at the buyouts, it looks like we see a couple of Vandals still, so we might be seeing a little bit of a more serious game. But over here, MTG, it looks like they're gonna be going for A this time.
Yeah, again, my biggest gripe about buying is that teleports have to be used. And so far, not so much. A lot of mobility coming up from Barbie Doll at the moment. Finally finds their mark in the midst of this chaos. Now, exploring the backside, will be punished for it. Trying to move back into the fray. Tom finds a nice triple, a quadruple. The headshots coming out from Nicole. Find your mark time and time again.
Nicole! That flash really helped them out really beautifully. That just gave her that 4K. That was insane. That was insane. That was like TikTok content. Yeah, that was crazy. That was insane. But then still a 1-2 on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Still a little bit too early in the game to say who's really winning. But I'm kind of like hoping for Matilda GC. They're doing really well as of the moment. But still, looking at the map, just a little bit of a split push for MTG, a little bit of audio cues here and there, but in the end, still not much aggressive moves just but I think something might be happening on the B side really soon.
I mean, you call aggression. Barbie Doll is right in the thick of it all and finds her mark with a Bucky as well. Dreamy is right alongside that. This should crack this B side fairly wide open, but you don't want to overstay your welcome too much. Spike is coming down, and now Bonaks are
planted.
ready for the retake.
Barbie Queen holding on to this corridor really quickly. Oh, okay.
Last player standing.
Oh my gosh, that's a double kill for 555 on the side of FTG. Right now, it might be a flawless. Nope. Alien Act does get one. Still, it is a victory for MTG. That's a 1-2-3 on the scoreboard.
Beautifully done from 555, right? A bit of a change in pace right now coming up from Matilda, sending lurks, sending slow moves. That's the thing about having no true sentinel here, right? Yes, you have chambers on both sides, but you're not able to actually completely lock down a site and their entrances, which means the likes of 555 can just slowly creep your way in. And if you hear a trip, you're more than likely going to be able to skirt around it.
Yeah, it worked out. It absolutely worked out for Matilda GC. But over here, okay, we might be seeing a couple of kills right now. Alien ACC gets one. Moves backwards, still gets taken, however. That's real aggressive from Barbie Doll. Really great call over here. And then the showstopper comes in, takes one as well. And that's 2 down on the side of the
I've got your trail.
And of course,
Spike
one for
planted.
MTG. Still, the spike just got planted on B side.
Okay, now the cabbages are out and about. They know where the final 3 players are, and we'll use that information to gun down Dominic.
Last
Great
player
flash
standing.
creeped out from Barbie Queen,
Ooh.
finding 2 of their own, and not Sharma not wanting to pop out the not dead yet E as well, because just way too many bodies from the Matilda side to have to contend around. So they'll have to just tuck tail and move into this anti-eco round. Sorry, thrifty round. My apologies, Addy.
Already round number 6. Yep, okay. We're going for a little bit of a save for the Bonaks this time, and then to counter that, Matilda GC. They have the Phantoms, yes, they have the Vandals, so let's see how they play out with that. And just looking at the map real quick, a little bit of a split push from MTG, but I think we already expect that the Bonaks are going to be conceding this round, unless we see a thrift.
You might see it here. Start things off though. Barbie Queen will find alien accounts in the thick of it. That's Khan being taken out pretty quickly. They've left Barbie Doll in hookah just to be able to maybe secure the round. But look at the rotates, right? Bonak actually, because they don't have the firepower, they have to replace that firepower with bodies on the ground. And now A is completely wide open, which is going to make it so
Spike
hard
planted.
for Bonak to make their way back in with just sheriffs in hand.
Okay, Barbie Doll takes one.
Wow.
Oh, that was nice with the pistol, even. But then here, oh, okay, we have another crash from
Last
Dominic
player
Falls, but
standing.
it has a Mona, Barbie Dreamy finds Shawarma. Now it's just gonna be Capricious 6-1 before Barbie Queen ends this game 1-5. I think both of these teams love being attackers.
Yeah, at this moment, I don't have, I don't think we have the information in terms of like who exactly picked these maps. But if I were to say, Vine is definitely right up Matilda's alley so far, able to really work the avenues and push and pull exactly when they are able to. Now, I will say the boomstick is now online. Capricious has just picked up light shields plus an operator to really hit the ground running. Located on A with 2 players. You probably want to keep the operator on a less guarded site, and that's being challenged right now. This B site will be flushed out. Dominic will have to teleport out of there. Holds the position. Very, very greedy. Goes in for more and kicks Barbie Doll out of the sky.
Okay, I really thought Dominic could have taken one more, but still, that's gonna be 4 versus 3. And if we have the revive coming in, Barbie Queen gets another chance at life. 3 versus 3. Equalized, but still the spike hasn't been planted yet. We're looking at a rotate coming in from Matilda GC going for A, but so you can look at Bonaksu. I mean, rather the Bonaks kind of anticipating that, and they're already rotating. Ooh, it looks like in the corridor. Yep, we're gonna have 5-5-5 find Shawarma now. 2 versus 3.
Spike planted.
Operator calls out, not before the spike comes down though, which means that Capricious has to do it all. Oh my dear. Right, with knives out as well, wanting to hit one of 5 knives on the heads, and can't find the mark on to 5-5-5. The headhunter finds the head and nails down their 6th round.
Oh my gosh, just look the wrong way. The Jet ultimate could have done it for them. But then yeah, they were kind of banking on that and taking the operator for themselves, but it just like the fates of the universe just wasn't on Jet's side and Capricious side as of the moment. They had the operator ready, but they all went to B side in the previous round. So let's see if they have a little bit of a better luck this time. We are on round number 8, still a 5-point gap between the 2 teams.
Great aggressive smoke coming out from the Clove right now, just to make it a bit more tenacious. They'll have to clear things off. They already have the Prowler as well as the Boombot both consumed. And I think, yeah, we heard the sounds of the tour de force that Chamber has utilized as well. This sprinting over to that B site, just trying to make sure they can get into position. Look at the amount of respect, right, that Bonak are giving to Matilda right now. Despite them, not having a lot of firepower, they want to make sure they try their best here. We start things off. Teleport comes in. Alien account finds 5-5. Great start for the side of Bonak. They're able to turn it around. Let's see if Matilda get pinched here.
Oh my gosh.
All these
The
sound cues.
Bonaks are very, very aggressive in terms of the map control, but still Matilda GC happened to use the corridor one that hasn't been guarded. But what is that? The double kill coming from Capricious. Nicole finishing the job. That is another point going to the Bonaks, finally breaking the streak of Matilda GC.
capricious, absolutely disgusting shots with the Sheriff. Just a 1-2 click, bam bam, you're down. Couldn't find a third, but hey, you've done enough for the rest of your team. Absolutely diabolical that was. And so, you know, in the midst of that chaos, despite it being a thrifty round, they were able to utilize the teleport and catch some of these players off guard. That's the power of bind.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope it works out for them, but for some reason the thrifties go on to the Bonaks for some reason. They should just keep on using pistols, but over here we have our first exchange. First trade off to 5-5-5, and now it's going to be 4 versus 4. Looks like it's a little bit messy on the B side. Let me not find Shawarma. Still need to plant that spike. Still, numbers advantage going into Matilda GC. What was that teleport? We're going to A this time, baby.
I like it because they've left Baby Doll actually on this B side, which means that 555 need to figure out where this final player is as the spike comes down. We've got Nicole already figuring out and trying to crack their way in. Stand still! We'll find the mark. The second finds the kill, and Barbie Doll will upgrade to an operator themselves, which means that they're not now need to really make some plays. But with alien account dropping to the knees so quickly, it means that Nicole needs to find their mark, and it's not the 4K that we saw before. Mona will find the kill and bring ourselves back up to 7.
I like this. I like this round from Matilda GC. They're finally catching up, and it looks like the Bonaks are going to be going to another save. So, oh wait, what was that? Is that operator real? Let's see. But that's a Vandal that we're seeing right now. Okay, they were just hovering around it. Okay, Shawarma does have an operator. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting round. Let's see what the Bonaks are trying to plan out. So, who was that? Who held the operator? Was it Shawarma? So Shawarma is at the A side. Let's see if they can finally use that operator for themselves.
Okay, Reina using the teleport pretty early, right? This was the plan that worked out for Bonak the last time. They used the teleport pretty early. They caught some players off guard, maybe just a little too early in my opinion, because now the Shawarma is left on a pretty terrible location. Has been seized. The power's on their tails as well. Hopped onto the Vandal. Operator no
Spike
more.
planted.
Pop coming down. Now this 4v5 retake is gonna be a lot for them to take.
Capricious coming in. Still no casualty. Okay, gonna be backing away real quick. And they're just sidestepping each other in this crate, but still trade off. Okay, we have a 2 more left on the side of the Bonaks. What was that? MTG. I think they have this in the bag, but not until Alien AC is still alive. There's 2 more on the side of MTG, but the pressure is on for Alien ACC. They have to defuse that spike and deal with the last 2 players sidestepping. That was crazy, but from another angle, 555 was there to get their backs in, and that's it. Another point coming in to MTG.
A little dicey, to be honest. It was on to 555 to find their kill pretty fast, but you know, it wasn't before Alien account was able to gun down their other target. So if Alien was snappy with, you know, wide, you know, big mouse pads, you were able to swing wide and find 555 on the head. That could have been an absolute clutch. But you know, that's not the timeline we're in today. We're at 2-8, Annie. That is ridiculous. 6 down, Bonak. That's crazy.
More rounds, and we'll be seeing the switching of sides. Let's see if it's gonna be the same story as previous map. But over here, yes, Shawarma just right outside this clove smoke. Still no casualties, lots of audio cues. However, okay, Dominic coming in, and then there's a lot of MTGs hovering right outside B side. Okay, Barbie Doll does get Shawarma. It's 1 down inside with Bonaks, but still, MTG, I'm not sure what their plan is. They might be going for the A side.
That's what I do, right? Especially because with Shawarma down on that B site, it means there's no defensive smokes on this A. Bobby will smoke up and make sure that everything is good, but Creatures is off the angle. Can't find the first mark, finds the second though, and Aiden comes right there with them. The Mona from Mona means true. Now Bobby Queen will be revived online, looking for more space as count around his corner. Will get taken out by Barbie Queen themselves. 1v2 situation means that the spike will come down in a safe position, but we'll notice that Barbie Queen is in U-Haul.
1 enemy
around,
nice.
Headshot, now Chamber v Chamber. 5-5 doesn't hand the rendezvous, had to evacuate out of there, dancing around his corner, and Dominic mows them down. Bonak, after a series of rounds lost, finally break the streak.
with a
Did you
clutch
see their
2,
faces?
8-3. Will
Sorry,
this be an
Matilda.
8-4 just like last time? That's the
Last
question. Or will
round
this
in
be a
the
9
half.
3?
Does
Now,
anyone have funds?
well, this is final round before the switching of sides. It's gonna be definitely gonna be a little bit more interesting. But just looking at the
My treat.
guns, yes, we do have the fancy phantoms. We have the vandals. Not really full power still. We do have some light shields in hand, but still, it's gonna be one more round, and then we're going back to the pistol round. So everything's gotta go. Everything's gotta go. It's clear and sale, ladies and gentlemen. But then, yeah,
want to
MTG
play?
looks like
Let's
going for
play.
the A side. Let's see how this goes.
This is their salute. They've got Showstopper, they've got Nightfall, they're throwing everything in the kitchen sink in right now. Alien can't see anything and will be taken out. C is coming in hot and heavy. Okay, Sharma now caught up. U-Haul finds their mark, but will be taken out pretty quickly by the side of Barbie
player
Dreamy. Now around
standing.
this corner, shotgun means it all. Bind is the perfect place for close range
Spike
plays.
planted.
Dominic left in that 1v3 has to clutch up the heals. Regain Barbie doll just a little bit more, going in for a bit more of a spam. Yes, a white swing isn't enough. Barbie doll holds that left click, bring us to 9-3.
Switching
triple kill
sides.
2, 9-3 on the scoreboard. Finally, the Bonaks will be taking attacker side themselves. And just making a comment on how the Bonaks played out their attackers switching of sides in Haven. They had such amazing strategies, very proactive, lots of audios, like lots of psychological warfare coming in. So I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with this map, this bind, because so far, yes, MTG, they do have a 6-point lead, but in the previous map in Haven, MTG very quickly kind of like almost put a 1-point cap between the two teams. So it's a pretty push and pull between the two between Bonaks and MTG. So I'm kind of wondering if it's gonna be the same story in Bind.
See, this is the kind of spread that I'm used to seeing right from Banak. A 2-1-1-2 spread across the board, applying a lot of pressure, making sure that the rotates don't come in too early, and if you can suss out where the weaker side is, that might be the game plan to hit. So far, not much contact coming out from the side of Matilda.
Ooh,
Just
nice.
to say that Banak will find a nice 2-piece and crack this B side wide open.
Nice shot, but there we have it. Alien Act does find Barbie Queen as well. Only 2 left on the side of MTG. Looks like might be hard on the retake piece after that one
enemy remaining.
Farming with the knock right now. With Alien Act getting that 4K. That's a nice start to the switching of sides.
It's a very nice start indeed, especially because you are you are down pretty bad in terms of scoreline. Getting that pistol was so important, and I don't really want to talk about that 9-3 thingy. Like I don't want to I don't want to say anything. I don't want to be pinpoint anyone's loss, but it is what it is at the half, and right now at least Bonak are finding their footing.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm really hoping a lot for the Bonaks right now. It was promising. The pistol round was promising, and it's gonna be the anti-eco as of the moment. So kind of, expect maybe MTG has just a little bit of disadvantage. Okay, we see a little bit of a head popping out. Got a smoke swimming in. MTG
Oh jeez.
is trying. Oh, I like that. I like how MTG's kind of all around the map right now. We got the dog just missing Barbie doll. I think what was that? Jumping right to your death. That's 1 down on the side of the Bonaks.
It's amazing that Barbie doll was able to do all that with 1 HP and an absolute dream. Now putting themselves in an advantage. I don't think they were able to get the weapon out of Jet's hand. No, it's still left here on the floor. Aiden account is making sure that it doesn't go into their enemy's arsenal, because the last thing they want to do is be down a gun and a player.
Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely insane what the Bonaks are trying to do right now. Okay. That would be pretty comical death, but over here we have a bunch of trades
down
here and there.
Last
So
player
yeah, the
standing.
1 versus 2, 1 last player left for the
30
Bonaks.
seconds
Come
left.
on, guys. You got the economy on your side. You gotta get this clutch.
You have to indeed. Now Dominic with the outlaw in hand gets stunned up.
my.
Beautiful kind of dog that comes out in the shotgun. Picked up from your teammate. Will find the first and final kill in this thrifty anti-eco, bringing us to double digits.
What were you saying about Sky only having Bind as their good map? That was good. The stun was so important back there.
So
You
good.
saw Dominic couldn't do anything back there. He couldn't see anything, and they just snagged that kill for themselves. But then, yeah, it looks like the Bonaks will be going on to that save once again. Might be another round conceded to Matilda GC, but still 4-10. Kind of excited. That's 3 more points coming in to Matilda GC before they push this into 1-1 on the best 5. But over here, Barbie Doll getting that double kill before getting shut down. The Capricious.
Great start, right? If you're Matilda's side. I mean, 2-for-1 trade, not the best outcome, but at least with the rifles on your side, you want to maintain your economy. You don't want to overcommit. That's precisely what's happening here. Although Mona gets traded out, Barbie Team has to retreat a little bit more. 1v2 situation. Dominic is right up with their pass to TP out, but the spike is in no man's land, and Barbie knows it. Dreamy is now sending the dog out for a scout, just making sure that Dominic gets nowhere close to A short where the spike is.
Not again. Not again. Just like the last round. 5-5-5.
Last player
Of course, the
standing.
Sky. Okay, the Sky gets taken down. Dominic gets that. Now it's gonna be a 1 versus 1. We got Pistol in a Dream, but Dominic takes the Vandal for themselves. Takes out 5-5-5, and that's a 1 more point coming in to the Bonaks. 5-10 on the scoreboard.
What? The first anti... That's crazy. We had our first anti-eco thrifty round, and then the bonus going the other way as well. That is incredible. Bonaks are not going away without a fight, especially the way Dominic handled themselves, just making sure that they could recover the spike, pick up a Vandal, and just shoot 5-5-5 out of the heavens position. Absolutely impeccable.
Yeah, the Bonaks don't follow rules. Yeah, it's gonna be the 16th round, 5-10 still. It's still quite a long way before the Bonaks can catch up. It's a 5-point lead for the Matilda GC. But over here, on the B side, looks like we might be seeing a 4-man push, and it looks like TBN, they got sued down already. They're trying to plant that spike, but look at the rotations coming in from Matilda GC, just right around the corner, trying to make their entry from defender spawn.
Yeah, I mean, Caprice is now on the judge, right? If you can't stop them, join them. That's precisely where that play comes out. The free fire is beautiful as well. Now on to the jumping judge. Caprice will nail the final nail in the coffin, is what I meant to say. Flawless coming out from Bonak.
Yeah, 6-10 on the scoreboard. I mean, this is a pretty familiar situation from the previous map. It just so happened that Matilda GC couldn't handle the momentum. But right now, the Bonaks, okay, hopefully that doesn't happen to them because they are catching up beautifully. This is a 4-point lead still from MTG, but TBN is steadily climbing. Right now, might be seeing another B side push. So we have 3 from the side of MTG guarding the place. Let's see how they work out with this.
Dog just be able to scout things out, slow and steady so far. They have the showstopper as a repellent, which means that it's going to be a lot on this race to pull out, and they do indeed. This is big play from Bonak. They've pulled out a rotate plus a showstopper out of Matilda, and into A we go. They have to kill this backside though. Now, slow and steady. Wow, this calm aim as well from Capricious is to be handled. Now, Barbie, Dreamy, this smoke will be dissipating. We'll have to back out and give this space.
Gonna be planning the spike. Nicole has that in the bag. Bobby Dreamy does find Shawarma, but Shawarma immediately uses their ultimate for that. And takes out Barbie Dreamy too. Back to you. The tables have turned 3 versus 1. TBN with the numbers advantage, but still 5-5-5 takes 1. And they're trying to get this retake in, but will they get it? So, okay, there's a little bit of information here, but still second kill before finally Iliad Ack snags this 7 point for TVN.
Great stuff coming out from Bonak, right? Finally, a terrific use of that B-side teleporter, drawing out that showstopper, right, from the side of Barbie Doll, which went absolutely wasted, found no value whatsoever. And that just meant that that A side was so much easier to crack open. So these are the strats, right? That bind has to come out. And honestly, if you're on the defensive side, you can absolutely abuse it. Matilda have to come back with a vengeance, use those teleports, and hopefully get a pinch on their attackers.
I've got your trail.
Absolutely, they can use the teleporters as of this moment, especially with the Bonaks trying to storm into B side quite immediately. They're just going on and initiating, not wasting any time. Alien Act already finds 555. That's a 4 versus 5 as of the moment. But immediately, MTG is going to be rotating in, leaving one on A side real quickly. Going to be planting that spike. Still no casualties on the side of the Bonaks.
Yeah, fully 5-person stack here. Gonna have to try and initiate their way out. Sharma finds the hit, not the kill just yet. Elbow has been compromised and retaken back. That's Mana finding value with that shot. Now Barbie Queen will resurrect, giving a second lease to life, dancing around this middle space. But the flashes are way too much to have to deal with. And in this 5v4 situation, Annie is absolute chaos. But at the last tail end, Sharma will remain the last one standing.
Oh my, the skies, man, the skies. But then, yeah, well, we are gonna be going on to a timeout, and I believe that was gonna be Matilda's side. So, I mean, they're probably really nervous at the moment. It's a 2-point gap. A while ago, we saw like a 6, maybe or so point gap, and suddenly it becomes a 2, and in a very crucial scoreboard as well. That's 8 to 10. That's like what, like, for Matilda, it's like 3 points before they win the game, and they're just not getting any rounds after that. They're a little bit nervous, of course, but then it's the fact that maybe Matilda is on the defensive side, might be a little bit hard to catch up, and the Bonaks, they're just having a field time playing attackers.
I mean, Bonak, they are reading the battleground very, very well right now. The push and pull from them are terrific. I mean, you saw that last round, Seeker sent out immediately, just trying to isolate some of the off angles that 555 was hiding around. Plus, the flash just absolutely incapacitates them. So the Sky really, like you said, being so valued player. We saw them, Nicole being so value adding on as the breach in that previous Haven map, and now on the Sky absolutely doing wonders as well. Did I see an operator? I think I saw an operator.
Ooh, I didn't quite catch it. I'm gonna watch out because that operator has a very distinct shot. Okay, there we have it. 555 in hand with the chamber as well. It's pretty typical, but still, it looks like the Bonaks, they're going for the A side as of the moment. I see the raise from NTG. Just overstepping just a little bit. Just trying to scout out. Okay, they might be able to take the Bonaks from behind. Let's see how this works. Uh-oh.
I mean,
oh no.
We'll find, yep, pants down. We'll find that Nicole pretty quickly, and so, you know, it doesn't look like Bonaks won't have to deal with them. They're going straight into the fray. And the Nightfall is the counter as well. Beautifully done. This catches their pants down, and unfortunately, in the midst of it all, there's still eyes for it. Dominic finds a couple and just mowing down the opposition. Finally, this operator sounds out. 5-5 to the rescue. Now, in this kind of 2v3 sandwich from Matilda, they need to be able to apply the pressure.
Okay, there we have it. 2 more left on both sides. Barbie Doll finding Alien Act. Still, the pressure is on for Matilda GC. They have to defuse that player standing. Gives a little bit more advantage for TBN. Shawarma does get 1, but 555 trades that off, and now it's Clove versus Chamber. Shawarma still. I got a lot of faith in Piety, but okay, still no information from both sides until now. We're gonna see a defuse just a little bit. Trying to bait out. Not gonna be fun for that. Oh my gosh, Shawarma still gets that kill with a triple kill. That is another point. 9 to 10. That's a 1-point gap now between the two teams.
That honestly, I did. Okay. Compose yourself, Brian. Compose yourself. That was a round that Bonak should not have won. I'll be honest, right? I mean, the fact that Barbie Doll was able to drop their initiator out of the Sky as their kind of flank. Plus, they used the Nightfall as well just to stem the bleeding. It was just all Shawarma all day, finding kills, and now it's back to a 1-round game.
I told you, the Bonaks don't follow rules, man. They don't follow rules. But here, stacking nearby the teleporter towards the B side. Let's see if they're gonna be going ahead and making their entry. And yeah, it looks like just checking corners here and there still. Just a little bit of chip damage from both sides. Looks like the Reyna will be healing up just a little bit, and also that Clove as well. And once again, Barbie doll. Again. Don't know what this guy's doing, but they're taking a lot of map control. I give them that.
Realizes he's there and gets tripped out. Okay, the firing squad to the rescue. This opens things back up right now. You know, Matilda actually had no map control, no good map intel, and now Mana will find it with a straight one to the head. And so it's the last three players from Matilda just scared to peek out, scared to cross. They have to get elbow control before they make it back into B.
And got spike being planted by the Bonaks as of the moment. And they're not gonna be seeing one, but it's Barbie Queen that will be taking that kill in. But Barbie Queen, okay, another one, but it's not gonna be finding another kill on their side. It's gonna be Capricious taking them down. So 2 players left on MTG. They do have to use that spike, getting this take back, but yep. One shot in, still didn't connect. Barbie Dreamy right around the corner, just taken down by Dominic, and now just one person left. What was that shot? I didn't even see that. But the important thing is, still 3 people left on the side of the Bonaks, and that timer is ticking.
Yeah, they know that 5-5's caught in this position right now, and okay, still finds one more with the headhunter. Wait, okay, Sharma did not pop the nut there yet, so that's good. But hey, all things considered, 5-5 on that Thrifty was able to make some damage, economic damage, right, against the side of Bonak, and hopefully stem the bleeding. But hey, Annie, we're back tied up, both double digits right now.
10-10 on the scoreboard, both teams at 3 points before their victory. But let me tell you this, multitudes, MTG has not won a single round since, I don't know, like around the pistols or something. And that's not a good sign. But over here, yep, we have interesting a map as of the moment, especially with MTG positioning themselves pretty proactively. But here, the Bonaks right around the corner. I think they're gonna be rotating towards A. Let's see if they'll commit to that.
Yeah, Bonak are scared of Barbie doll right now, right? It's always behind their back and worried about it. But they've stayed long enough to clear these corners now, aggressing on this A site. Got Judge versus Phantom, and Judge wins out pretty easily. Capricious holding that firm. Barbie doll very quiet, trigger discipline, waiting for some sort of push alongside with Mona. Will find a mark onto Alien for off skip and a dash, but can't evade out of people's firepower. Now Sharma on a bit of a dash right now. 5-5 shuts that down, and now this corner shooting in hand. Oh, the recoil is too much to bear, and Nicole will also make sure that that goes no further for the first time here in Bind. Bonaks lead the charge.
Ooh, 11-10 on the scoreboard. And I mean, this is an absolutely insane momentum coming in from Bonaks. Not even giving MTG any sort of room to breathe. So if I was Matilda GC, I'd be a little bit nervous, especially if the Bonaks get the 2 points that they need to win this round, because win this game rather, because it's gonna be a 2-0 on this best of 5. It's gonna be losing out on this championship, on this grand finals already. But over here, of course, we're starting off with another round with Sky's utilities not quite catching one. But over here, I think both teams are just gonna be taking their time. Now I'm really gonna be watching out for Barbie doll. What's this girl's plan?
It's their plan indeed. The trade right now from just the utility. Oh, trying to get this out, and once again finds a Capricious. The trade is coming true though, so they're gonna make their way on to this A side, especially with Mana dropping to their knees. The U-Haul is still not yet compromised though, which means that at least there's a bit more of an anchor. No, Barbie Queen is taken out now. And now Barbie Dream is left on the lonesome, a bit of an island waiting for recovery. Is caught out with utility in hand. That's so unfortunate. Now 5-5 has to do it all against 4 players.
That was like a conveyor belt, you know? With that kill.
Yeah.
Kill it, act, just getting 555 once again. Oh, that was pretty
Match
funny.
point.
It's like a Japanese restaurant, you know. You're like, oh, here's a kill, bang. But we're seeing a second time out from Matilda GC for this game, and they have to make use of that. And actually, this is pretty good for them. It's match point, I believe, for the Bonaks. So just the fact that they're breaking any sort of momentum, like giving a 1 minute break where, you know, all that adrenaline just kind of fades out for the side of Bonaks, it could help. But then I don't know what Matilda GC can do as of this moment. Maybe they have to push this onto an overtime if possible, if they want to win this game. But otherwise, I think they could also concede this game perhaps and then catch up on the next map, depending on what the next map is gonna be. But then yeah, might be a little bit hard for Matilda GC.
Yeah, this is a tough one for Coach Sunny right now for Matilda, right? I mean, your team is 3 points away from, 2 points away from pushing it into overtime and continuing the journey out of regulation. And yeah, you call it, yeah, you want to break the momentum and hopefully lift the spirits a little bit of your team. You've just lost, what, like 7 rounds in a row? It's a tough one to look at, right? So maybe not focusing on the scoreboard, maybe just focusing on what you have to do to secure the round, play some asymmetrical map control, which is you're kind of seeing it, you know, taking that showers control outside of A is going to be important. And I hope that Matilda find it in them to stem the bleeding here.
Yeah, they just have to breathe. They have to calm down and breathe and just shoot. But over here, a little bit of a split between Bonaks. We're seeing a little bit of movement from Matilda GC, backing away. But TBN kind of waiting for the timer to go down as of the moment. They're definitely cooking something up.
Yeah, Bonak actually played this smart, right? Right after the timeout, you wait for all the utility to clear out. They haven't been spotted at all. Now the trades of the dogs happen outside C, which means that it might be go for Capricious. Smoke, Barbie Dream, caught at the edge, can't find the mark.
It was pretty unfortunate, but still 1-for-1 trade. And no spike planted. Yeah, we still got 50 seconds left, but B side is a little bit like everyone's just stacking up here. We're seeing 1, seeing 2, seeing 3. We're seeing that 2 left on the side. Bonaks, okay, it's going well as before, but Dominic just turned the tables around with that triple kill, and now it's
30
1
seconds
versus
left.
2. They're planting that
Last
spike,
player
and it looks like
standing.
Alien Act
Oh?
could have had it. I did not see that shot coming in, but okay, sidestepping. Just have to stall as much as possible. Dominic, 25 HP. They have to distract Mona.
They have to indeed. Now it's the big around the rosies. Who can find the
Okay.
mark?
Where was
And Mona blows that last gust of wind onto Dominic, who falls and keeps this dream alive. I mean, honestly, the best outcome possible coming up from the timeout. You're just 1 away from pushing this into overtime, and obviously Bonak don't want that, right? They want to close out nice and quick. This is the final round
Who
of
needs that
regulation.
weapon?
Okay, I'm a bit nervous for the gun choices for Matilda GC, however. They literally have 1 chance. Okay, they're buying a little bit more decent guns. We got the 2 Phantoms and 1 Vandal. Okay, that's fine. We have like 1 like life shield. But hopefully, you know, Matilda GC has 1 more mistake. But here, nice shot. Taking up 555 of all people as well. Nice first move for the side of TBN, but knives out for Capricious. Let's see if they take 1.
Barbie doll doing the same thing, right? Doesn't get spotted. And once again takes out Capricious for a second time. I mean, they don't learn. Now they're on the hunt. They're looking for revenge. Barbie doll can't stand this distance too much. And Sorma as well as Nicole are just round with them. Now in the 2v4, Barbie Queen has to do it all. First on the board, now looking in the 180 position.
Last
The overheal
player
comes
standing.
online. And finally it's all on the Barbie Queen themselves. But Nicole
Attackers win.
puts the final nail in that coffin. 13-11 goes the way of Bonak.
Okay, from a 13-6 going to a 13-11, it's a considerable improvement for Matilda GC, but still 2-0 on this best of 5 might be a little bit hard. Depends on the map. Maybe we'll see a reverse sweep. Who knows? But still, Matilda GC they're always just so close, but it's just never enough to like push it to their victory. But still, congratulations once again to the Bonaks for another game on their side.
Yeah, it was super unfortunate for Matilda, right? Matilda GC at the half 9-3. And hey, Annie, I didn't say anything, right? But hey, some people really believe in religion here. And so that 9-3 spelled disaster for them. And yes, they got the pistol as well as the bonus, but couldn't sustain anything past that. Coach did step in at some point in times, and you could tell their play style changed a little bit after that. They were a bit more aggressive in certain places, playing maybe a bit more egregious, but it didn't quite pay off because the trades weren't quite there, right? Barbie Doll was taking a lot of like 1v1s without proper trades around the back, and that just meant that when you're faced against multiple team members, you're going to lose those team fights.
Yeah, I mean Barbie Doll was pretty crucial in the lineup of Matilda GC, especially with the sneak up right behind their backs, going to attacker spot. I mean that was pretty sneaky. I like it. It gives information, but still, you know what? It still didn't work out just as well. They almost had it though. They had like a 6 point lead at one point. They could have had it, but it just wasn't enough, to push this into their victory. But still, it was close. It was an 11-13 scoreboard before the Bonaks did get another map on their side. But still, congratulations both teams, and I think we'll be seeing the post game really really quickly. I didn't quite catch what the KDAs looked like on the buy screen. I just kept looking at their guns, but then I'm kind of like expecting maybe we'll see Shawarma once again, maybe Barbie Doll. Let's just see.
Well, let's see, indeed. Well, those stats are being loaded up. I mean, I gotta talk about mental fortitude, right? We're in the grand finals. It's the best of three. We're going the absolute distance here, and I think that's where push comes to shove. It really matters how strong your mental is, right? You can't tilt at all, and that honestly goes right now to Bonok, right? Yes, they're one map, but at the half they were 3-9 down on Bind, possibly their map pick, right? And so they were able to just dig deep, ignore that score, and just play as a team. And you saw them; they changed around their attacking side a lot, right? A lot of the times they were adapting the way they played. You called out Baby Doll being in their spawn so many times. The rounds after that, you saw them slow things down a whole lot more. Despite them having double duelists, they could charge in easily, but they decided instead to really wait it out and make sure they weren't flanked during their executes. And I think that's really great mid-round calling that's coming out from Bonok.
Yeah, the adapting of the Bonaks to whatever Matilda GC had up their sleeves, it really helped out a lot to get this victory. And yep, it looks like we will be seeing the post game. We got Alien actually getting the MVP for TBN, and we have Dominic trailing behind by two kills. And then on the other side, yes, 555 just get the MVP for MTG, which is like kind of expected, especially since 555 was always the last person standing on Matilda GC for some reason. They're always clutching. But then yeah, the rest of the stats are here. We have a bit lower ACS on both MVPs as compared to the Haven map. But yeah, these are our stats, guys. Just enjoy, kind of like what the numbers are looking like right now.
Yeah, I mean, 555 really did as much as they could, like you called it, 1vx situations time and time again. The last map it was Barbie Doll. Now it's 555 to have to really clutch up, and they did a couple of times. But there's only so many times you can leverage that singular player here in a team sport, and that's where I think Bonok really shine. Right, you've got like Nicole really laying down the groundwork like they were in Breach, now in the sky, with a lot of great stuns like you called it, as well as those flashes, and just making space for Alien account as well as Capri to swoop in and help create space. Some clever gameplay around the maps, good usage of those teleports once in a while as well to really swing the momentum on your attack side, I think was the final hair that broke the camel's back here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna miss the skies, especially when we move on to another map later on. I'm gonna miss those flashes, those dogs, those birds. But then, yeah, before we do see our map number 3 on this best of 5, we will be taking a short break as usual. So, guys, do not go anywhere. We'll be seeing you in a couple of minutes. finally, we are back once again. This is Queen's Legacy Season 1 of Bonaks Gaming X Ran Online Pinas. And we are still your casters. And just a little bit of a recap, we did see game number 2 in oh my gosh, my memory. Bind. We
Bind.
saw game number 2 in Bind with the victory once again of the Bonaks, making it a 2-0 as of the moment for this best of 5. And well, Motochoose, what can you say about that?
Oh, honestly, I feel like Matilda GC right now, the underdogs, right, having lost in the semifinals just a couple of days ago against the same team, they are so close. I feel like every single round comes down to so many 1v1s. I feel like the scoreline is now closer than it was before, from a 16 to 13, now 11 to 13, and they almost had the chance to push it into overtime, but unfortunately were robbed at the last moment. I mean, if this is the do or die moment, right, Annie? They have to push this over their side of the fence to deny themselves their opponents from winning and hopefully start forcing a bit of a reverse sweep. But so far, it's like, you know, they themselves as well as their coach trying to figure out how they want to navigate and push back against Bonak.
Yeah, it's always been just almost, you know.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be like the one who says almost is never enough, but still, it's kind of what it looks like as of the moment. We have a 2-0 and just match point at the best of 5 for the Bonaks as of the moment, and it looks like our third map will be Pearl. I think we might see perhaps like finally, yes, the Astras, of course, maybe Harbors right now. You know, let's just see if
Ooh.
we're gonna be seeing. Okay, oh my gosh, Clove is just absolutely everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, Clove is a hot pick, especially for ranked games, and Shorma's making it work, right? I mean, Shorma right now is Piety from the Zipto team in disguise, effectively, and has been so good at laying down the fire, laying down those smokes, and even after death, able to provide a lot of cover for their team. Looks like, you know, at least right now, Bonak have settled for their kind of double sentinel setup. They've got Sage as well as Chamber. I'm a little surprised that Alien can't win for a Sage, right? Was playing in very, very good Reyna that past round, now hopping over to a Sentinel to provide a bit of a lock, stop, and shot here for Pearl. That's an interesting move. But without a Vice, which is honestly quite common to see here in Pearl, I think the Sage here is the right choice.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like the Sage. We have the Bonaks being on the defensive side as of the moment. Oh yeah, definitely the Sage is gonna help out quite a lot with that. And otherwise, what do they have in common? We have the Fades, and I think that's it.
Yep.
Or am I blind? Yeah, that's it. Okay.
That's actually
Yeah, that's like a almost a 180, maybe a 170-degree turn from the first map where it was like a complete mirror match. And right now, you know what? Let's see how this execution is gonna look like for this Pearl map. But then, yeah, before we do start, oh, yeah, what? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Before
Yeah,
we
because
start.
I just want to like shout out to Madame Neko before the caster desk disappears. Thank you so much for organizing another amazing tournament. We love you as usual. I love you so much, Madame Neko, and thank you so much for inviting us once again.
Indeed. Thank you for giving us the stage. Thank you for giving the stage up to, you know, people, ladies, women, and other people of marginalized genders and communities. I mean, this is a brilliant event to showcase, and it all boils down to this one moment. Pearl, map number 3 here in the best of 5, and we're excited to bring the hype.
Yeah, and then what were you gonna say, Multitudes, before I talked about there we
Yes,
go.
I was gonna say
Agent.
that Bonak actually, you know, they have actually chosen effectively no flashes, which is very, very interesting, right? The fact that they want to be able to do this double sentinel take without flashes means that right now, like you can tell, Matilda just basically W keying their way in without any sort of like stoppage, right? So Dominic's just around the corner, waiting for the flag, finds one. Oh, crispy with those shots. The Barbie Dream is just around the corner. Soma, as well, she is right there with them to provide the additional firepower, and suddenly it's all down to the end. 555. I mean, okay, now they're just playing with their food right now. I'm not sure what Aiden and Cat was doing, but yeah, first on the board here goes to Bonak.
Ooh, the Bonaks definitely did not need any of those flashes. I mean, they had the sky and the rain and the previous round, but now they're just going all out, you know, using up all the smokes, and then as well as the map itself. I mean, Pearl's pretty convoluted map, and I'm just looking at it right now. There's so many long corridors, but then yeah, it's working out really well for the Bonaks. And I think I'm not sure what MTG's plan is gonna be, but it looks like they're gonna be splitting up towards mid side, and it looks like Dominic Toretto already sniping one.
I mean, huge play, right? I mean, the Outlaw is so good here on these anti-eco rounds, especially because, you know, it's unlikely that the side of Matilda are gonna be able to find one, and they do indeed, just as that wall comes back up. It means that they're not going to be able to get the gun, which is fine, but the fact that we're able to get that so quick off the trigger, that Sheriff shot was so good.
That was a nice shot, but once again, quiet in the map, and MTG might be backing away real quickly, maybe going for a sneaky A side take. But it's still 4 versus 4, a little bit equal, but TBN, they're going to be covering all bases just in case they get sneaked up on. But yeah, they're always ready to go ahead and give those rotates in. But right now, MTG hovering around A.
Yeah, I'm worried because the one that got taken out from Bonak was the Neon, which means that they don't have their push factor anymore. They don't have flashes, they depend on the Neon to make space. And now they're playing retake on A, which means that right now it's
30
going to
seconds
be
left.
on Nicole to find something. Lucky in hand, do we spot the peril?
Spike
Not just
planted.
yet.
Ooh.
Peeking around the corner into the smoke. This is 10 Danny, and that's fine. 5-5-5 as well as Mona. 2 for the price of absolutely 0. The retake is 4-2. Barbie now left in a 1v3. I think the stage is just dancing by this point in time. So second on the board here for Bonak.
I mean, Barbie Queen just out in the open like that. They were just shooting and hoping for the best, but of course, it didn't quite work out being so out of the open like that. But then, yeah, 2-0 on scoreboard. Got the knocks already. Great start to this game. But of course, as we saw in the previous map, doesn't matter if you have a great start. If the turbos will turn against you towards the switching of sides. But then, yeah, we got full on Vandals. Couple of light shields coming in from MTG. Let's see if we'll see a better round for them in this third round.
Yeah, hey chat, I want to hear from you. I know there's a lot of people watching this right now. Are you cheering for Bonnak to have a nice clean sweep, or are you cheering for Matilda GC for the retake, the reverse sweep of the century? Let us know here in the comments as we head on straight right now. Beautiful Outlaw being sounded off. They know that R is being occupied. So flashing into this B length we go. The question is, do they realize that Alien account is sitting tucked away in that B corner?
And we have a bunch
Very
of
sneaky.
rotations. The rotations coming in. Okay, we got Barbie Queen taking down Shawarma. That's one down the side of TBN.
Spike
Spike
planted.
shots in. Alien Act falls. Barbie Dreamy take that kill for themselves. That's gonna be a 3 versus 5. Slight gun advantage for MTG, and it's working out really well.
Alright, Dominic, you can't be walking out with your knives out. Now off angle, 5-5 finds the one. The spray transfer is not good enough, and Nicole will be able to upgrade to a greater weapon right now. But I think there's way too many angles to convert this into some sort of bonus round for themselves, especially with solo, low HP 33, and an absolute dream now. Barbie Doll will be able to put that final nail in and put themselves on the board.
Yeah. Let's bring
2-1 as of the moment. Starts off just like any other map, any other game between the two teams. Just push and pull between the two. You win one, you lose one, etc. And things will really start heating up later on, especially with the Vandals coming about, especially in this round number 4. But as of the moment, just taking a look at the map, there's a 4 stacking towards A, and then 1 at B. So let's see what they decide to do about that. But I like the buyout right now. Vandals and heavy shields.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the meat and potatoes of it all. A bit of a play here. Just making enough noise for basically the Jet to inch their way into Art. Trying to figure out where these places are. Dominic now also knowing that 5-5, the Astra is caught between a hard rock and a place. There's no way for this Astra to escape as well. So the wall pen will find their mark, and that's with, now you're out of smokes. You'll have to rely on map control, and that's precisely what Barbie Doll is trying to do here.
Yeah, and I
Oh, they're
love
ready.
the Bonaks are right now. I mean, they're just cover corners. What is that? Barbie doll gets taken by surprise, more or less. But over here, we can see the rotations coming in from Matilda GC going on to the A side. We got 50 seconds left to go. They have to plant the spike. We saw the Phoenix wall coming right up. We got a bit of a Prowler coming in. Shots. No casualties yet. The flash. Warm takes on Barbie Dreamy, rather a stun rather. Then yeah, seeing a bunch of utilities is still got 30 seconds left to plant that spike. Might be a little bit hard for MTG, especially with such a proactive move from the Bonaks, just pushing in, putting a lot of pressure to MTG.
I mean, yeah, the Nightfall was the final nail in that coffin as well, right? Deployed by Nicole pretty early, but in that mid-fight, just were able to isolate the last two players who were deafened and weakened. That was actually really good mid-round calling coming out from Nicole. Like I said, you know, is a terrific initiator thus far, and we're seeing them really flex their kind of hero agent pool here on the fade.
Okay, another round coming in. I mean, still 3-1, however. Nice executions from the Bonaks. But we're here, we're seeing FTG stacking near A, but they're not even nearby. TBN's not letting them come close. And you can see the rest of the TBN are trying to rotate as fast as possible. Nicole peeks out, takes one. Barbie Dreamy taken out, but there we go. Barbie Queen gets Nicole, and it looks like there's two left on TBN. Not a good luck
planted.
for their side.
Oh, wall. Oh no! I think Alien
What?
did the wrong wall. I think Alien wanted to be on that wall to get some sort of height advantage, but unfortunately messed up that TikTok wall. So it's be back here in secret,
TikTok.
along with Dominic trying to make themselves back in. Great flash, forcing the recall back from Dominic. Now has to play against this one. We need more though. Dancing around with the Phoenix. Alien account is on there. Now the smoke is in, which means that Barbie Queen is now forced to have to do it all. But okay, the post spawns from 5 are great. The stun means that they'll find their account. And now into the fray with the classic. Knows that they're not on the spike though, which is dancing around with the fire. And even if Dominic finds them mark, there's not enough time. Barbie Queen lives to tell another tale and puts one more on the board.
3-2 on the scoreboard as of the moment. Nice executions from both teams, but still MTG. Nice round coming in, delaying the defenders, delaying the Bonaks from taking that defuse for themselves. And well, it's working out really well, but still, it's sort of the same story as the previous map. MTG being attackers first.
Don't overthink
But
it.
right now, the
That's my
Bonaks
job.
doing really well as defenders, having 3 points as well. It's a really good start to this pro map. But as of the moment, we're seeing a 4-man stack towards the A side. TBN going a little bit more proactive, trying to get as much map control as possible.
Yeah, great read from Matilda, right? They know the overdrive is actually up to Bonaks. They actually want to play very slow, very conservative, try and see if they can spot out where these players are. In account on their gimmick wall as well. Now triple swinged out, get caught by your own verticality. So great adjustments from Matilda, knowing that Alien account might try something weird like that wall.
There's still 5 people on MTG stacking on the same area. Shawarma might not find themselves in a good position if they try to walk through that door, but they know it's kind of like a bit risky. Okay, where are they going? They're going to the A side. And the Fade's waiting for them right there. Let's see what they try to do. Ooh, it looks like the ultimate's out. Let's see what they try to do here. Barbie Queen does take down Cole.
The overdrive online though, which means that they at least get one, but it's not after there. Now Shorma have been burned alive by the fires. Barbie Jimmy on the hunt. Dominic Toretto, I think with the tour de force as well, having to do it all. No gun to the name, which means that honestly you might as well try and rush a bit of a bang. But Barbie Dreamy ahead of the game. What a 5-head play to reposition yourself in flowers and catch that chamber off guard.
I love that. I would have been surprised. I mean, how did you even know? But then, yeah. Well, it was a nice round for MTG. It's a 3-3 on the scoreboard. It's definitely a good start to MTG. But MTG has a long way to go. They have to win 3 games in a row to beat the Bonaks. And, well, the Bonaks on this rate, they only have 1 more game to go. But still, I think MTG, they have a couple of, like, supporters
Get out of
I
my
just
way.
saw in the comment section. Thank you so much for tuning into the Bonaksu. I think they don't understand Filipino, so welcome. And we're looking at the B side as of the moment. I think the chamber will not have a good time. Dominic will be falling first.
Yeah, couldn't quite TP out of there, especially with 3 rifles to their name. It's a save round for Bonaks, so I wouldn't expect too much, but
You
hey, you
should
don't
run.
want to underestimate the power of all these sheriffs as well. Lockdown in play, the dash in from Bobby is a bit egregious. Look at
Spike
the
down,
recovery
B.
coming up from Bonak. Again, don't want to underestimate them with sheriffs, is exactly what I said. Now Killjoy and Lockdown will kick in, Charlotte will be caught, but it's far enough to be able to be safe effectively.
Spike.
So now they're trying to make their way back on the site.
Way downtown, and we have Barbie reaching down the Cole. That's gonna
Joke's
be a
over.
2 versus 3. Still not too bad. Looking
Last
for
player standing.
going down
Spike down,
immediately. Yeah, I love that read on the Phoenix, but we got 555 shaking out of Capricious. We got plenty of spikes,
Spike
just gonna be
planted.
Alien AC.
One enemy
and
remaining.
of course, we got the revive going to Shawarma, I believe. And so that's a pretty good choice. Shawarma, there's gonna be a little bit of trouble. 2 versus 1. Still, 555 gets the last lap.
That, honestly, super close, right? That revive was a little bit tricky because it was really out in the open. I'm surprised Alien account actually stayed on a bit longer. If they had actually tucked away during that revive, they may have been able to take on that 2v2 a bit more successfully. But it was honestly Matilda GC that were able to keep their cool, keep their calm despite losing 2 right off the rip. Super early on doing the exact. They were able to walk on nice and slow and get their spike down. So kudos for them keeping their mental and head in the game.
Oh yeah, they definitely calmed down, especially after those 2 games. Their heads definitely in the game, just calmly trying to adapt and counter to any sort of strategies. But right now, we got the first kill from our chamber operator combo coming in from the Bonaks. So we got a 5 versus 4 as of the moment, and looks like MTG trying to make an entry, but they're gonna be backing away real
Bring
quick.
them down.
See, I like the reposition from the chamber as well, putting the operator somewhere else, letting these 2 other players reinforce this B side. They have the wall set up on B long that's uncontested, so they have a lot of map control right now for the side of Bonak.
Right now, MTG's kind of just getting pushed back to attacker spawn, and we see the Bonaks are kind of like holding the ground. Sunny Cole kind of peeking out. Barbie Queen's trying to give that chase. See if Barbie Queen will walk into something that we do not want to see, but right now, they're running out of time. We got around 30 seconds left before they have to plant that spike. Let's see what their plan is. I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, they're fragmented right now, and they're looking like they're being pressed on all fronts from the side of Bonak. Caught with their pants down. At least the spike will come down. Bit of a punch here,
Spike
5
planted.
Ooh. The finger shots pretty hard. We're shooting slow-mo. And Barbie Queen just steps right up. Puts a nice couple on the board. Now it's a 2v2 situation. Although one of them from the side of Matilda is super dang low. And so Dominic will have to do the favor of trying to do and clear this high-low position.
Player
Super low
standing in.
HP. Can't stand to the test of time. And Barbie Queen's not there to trade. Where was Barbie Queen? Oh my gosh, Dominic just isolated the last couple of fights for their own.
What is happening? Why aren't they defusing? Don't stress me out, guys. But then yeah, I thought with Barbie Queen getting that double kill, I believe. I thought it was gonna turn the tides around, but still, TBN with Dominic finally clutching that. That's just it. 1 more point going to the Bonaks and breaking the streak of Matilda GC, and now it's gonna be 4-4 on the scoreboard. It's gonna be equalized once again.
Yeah, that's super unlucky to be honest. It was Barbie Queen plus Mona in that high-low position right outside of Arc. And I think perhaps Barbie Queen looked away or had to reload or something, and Dominic Toretto was able to really take all these isolated 1v1s against a super low Mona and then clear the round for themselves.
Yeah, quite unfortunate, but still, they could learn from their mistakes. It's still round number 9. We've got 3 rounds to go before the swap, but look at that
Whoa.
kill feed. It's colorful, it's Christmas, ladies and gentlemen, but still, TBN down to 2 players. I don't know if Sage has like how many orbs left before they can go ahead and give that revive, but Mona is planting that spike. And MTG, they have the advantage as of the moment. Got Sage speaking out here and there. Dominic right behind them. Try to see if they can get a snap, but unfortunately, it's just gonna be a little bit hard to make this entry.
Yeah, they have no entry utility. They have a gimmick wall to maybe try and isolate these fights with an operator that's not committing into the site either because they want to save the... Oh, okay, nice. Luck by Alien side. It makes it a bit more interesting, but times are running out and 555 puts a stop to that. David, the operator does ring out, catching Mona off guard. I think on a hunt. They want to be able to take this operator out, but Dominic is more ready than they were before. So, hey, some economic damage, not the round, but at least able to whittle down and keep the economy of Matilda humble.
Exactly. I agree with you there. Just try to take down as much as possible. Try to, get their guns to fall out of their hands. Just to give a little bit of disadvantage to MTG as much as possible. And Dominic managed to keep their operator too. So yeah, it's not too much of a loss, but still a loss nonetheless. And then looks like Matilda GC, they are gonna be probably going for the 8 side once again. And the Bonaks, they're going aggressive just a little bit as well.
A bit of a gimmick wall once again. Oh, the decay onto Barbie Doll meets the demise. The stab doesn't quite find the mark. But once again, MTG will be able to find so much value with this aggression right outside of A. They come out strong again. And now they're on to this place, but now Shorma now caught up. Yep, Crawler spotted. So much discipline coming out from the side of MTG. Now Shorma has to make it work. Not that yet. Revived, but has to hunt, right? So look at the spike. The spike's on a long way out of this. They don't want to have to do anything with A anymore, and Dominic Toretto is now knowing that some sort of play is playing.
Ooh, Dominic, I'm not sure what this guy's plan is, but
face your fear!
Let's see if they're trying to go ahead and get that hunt down. And Prowler coming in trying to get some information, and there's a 2 versus 1 still. After half health, right behind the smoke, something's gonna be happening really soon. It will be finding that spike just to get that out of the way, but right now it's Dominic trying to make an entry.
The smoke won't last long, right? 5 dissipate, both of them in!
No.
The smoke itself! Too much to bear. The flick, I mean, perhaps maybe could find even one, but that nice 4K going to the side of 5-5 will bring up MTG by 2 points over their oppressors.
Yeah, 4-6 on the scoreboard. Pretty good for MTG, but they have to put a lot of points in, especially since once they become defenders, I'm not too confident with MTG, especially with the past 2 maps, what's happening when they're on the green side. But still, they're holding it really well with the 6 points. It's a really good start, but let's see what this next round's gonna be. I really hope MTG wins this one.
You're putting a lot of faith here into this side. Gimmick wall alien account spots at least 3 of these players. So you see the rotates coming in clutch already. I think Shorma's already taking all this mid space, waiting to catch them on the rotate. Look at where Shorma is. Look at. So now in this 1vx situation, can't find the mark though. Only a sheriff in hand, and Mona will put a stop to it. And so now, if it was anything else, it would have been a bit of a more tussle. But with them trying to rotate to be as quickly as possible, I think, Capricious already beat them to it.
You should
Well,
run.
at least, Shawarma might have given a little bit of information, and that just let the Bonaks rotate to be just in time. But I don't know what is that? What is Matilda GC doing? They're rotating once again. It's a back and forth. There's 30 seconds. Where is the spike? What is happening?
Oh, caught with their pants down, the back
30
and forth.
seconds
Matilda are playing in levels of inception right now. The Jet has absolutely infiltrated the team. Barbie Queen is so close to the backside here. Catches in and count off guard. I mean, Barbie Doll as well. Barbie Queen, both Barbies, all the Barbies are doing work. Ken stands no chance, and it's a flawless round for MTG.
Oh my gosh, the
Last round
psychological warfare back there, that was crazy. Rotations after rotations after rotation. Still, Matilda GC managed to execute that beautifully. Now, flawlessly. They managed to execute that flawlessly. And as of the moment, it looks like the Bonaks might be going to a more or less almost full buy, except for Capricious. So kind of hoping to see
There.
a little bit more improvement. 4-7 as of the moment on the scoreboard.
I'll find
Yeah,
you.
the refocus
Joke's
onto mid,
over.
right? You gotta
You're
change
dead.
things up right
Covering
now.
it. Need that
At
back.
least Matilda, they've got to run it. They've got to run it down. They've got Barbie doll trying to make a bit of an entrance, but hey, watch your back, Nicole, because the shotgun will find you right there. Now into the fray we go. The gimmick wall is up, putting Aiden account high up in the sky.
Spike
We'll find
down
Mona
A.
in the heat of it. Now wrapped around this corner, Dominic Toretto shut down. All eyes forward now on these last couple players
Spike
outside of
planted.
I'm out of here. Two more left inside of the Bonaks.
Last player standing.
We got Nayan getting taken down. That's crap. Capri taken down. Of course, last person standing, Alien AC. One more orb before they can get the revive. Let's see if they can get clutch this. Okay, they got one. All right, let's see if they get another. Ooh, nice one. Okay, there's two more. Right around the corner. Well, not enough. Not enough. 5-5-5. Finally manages to take them down.
Switching sides.
Okay, 8-4, 8-4 at the half. Pretty decent if you're Matilda, right? You gotta feel very good about that. All things considered, you lost the pistol during your first half, but you're able to climb back round after round and do the craziest psych out I've ever seen on Pearl, right? I mean, the rotates were insane and they had full map control. Let's see how they deal with on the defense, right? Because, I mean, look at the Pearl map structure. There's a lot of tunnels into various places where you can basically punch super deep into defender spawn. And whatever Matilda did on the attack half, Bonak can do the exact same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And right now we're gonna be seeing what the Bonaks have up their sleeve, especially in terms of strategies, especially in terms of such convoluted map that we have in Pearl. So as of the moment, split push going on to mostly A heavily, and if you see Matilda GC with 3 trying to guard the place up. There's a bunch of bullets coming in, none of them connecting enough as of the moment. We do see the Fade took a bit of damage. Well, it looks like we're seeing a half fake out. They're probably gonna be going for the B side. So let's see how this works out.
Oh my gosh, they let the Sage go so far deep, and now Dominic Toretto in this weird spot. Face off against the Phoenix. The real question is, yes, where's Alien Account? And can Alien Account get some sort of kill here onto Barbie TV? With the shot,
Ooh.
finds it finally, rejoins and cuts things out. Barbie Doll's right around the corner though. You have to deal with this B-long push. Unfortunately, Alien Account is sharper than that. So now, on to TV go. The gimmick wall is beautiful! Third time's the charm! 5-5 finally puts an end to it. Left in a 2v2.
One enemy
What
remaining.
what was that? Okay, we have Barbie Queen falling finally, but the hands of Nicole. They do need to get a little bit of health in. Okay, the Sage is gone, but still. 5-5 trying to defuse that spike. Okay, Nicole turning around the corner. 2 versus 1 did not stand a chance. 5-5 will be falling. Pistol round goes to the Bonaks.
Honestly, I don't know if you know the YouTuber Grim. Grim is a YouTuber that does a lot of Sage walls, and I think Grim will be very impressed with what Alien Account is doing, because these are some crazy walls, the double backs, the jump from the box onto the already deployed wall, and just to get that nice 3K for the TikTok moment. I mean, beautifully done so far.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could do that, but I'll leave it to the professionals. And, well, I'm just not even gonna say anything, but it does look impressive. I don't know how they do it, but it's working out really well, and I don't know what's happening right now. Look at this map. What would you
Yeah.
say about this multitude?
It's a gamble, right? I mean, Matilda, they don't have the weaponry, so they gamble to say, hey, I'm gonna put 5 people on B and
Spike
hope for the
planted.
best. Unfortunately, you gamble wrong.
was not
Don't gamble, kids. This is why you don't gamble.
Yeah, it was not the best. And right now we're gonna be seeing Matilda GC trying to make their entrance onto A. Wherein the Bonaks easily plant that spike. No problem whatsoever. Okay, we got a stack of MTG right around the corner, just behind the same wall. Alien ACC4 gonna be peeking at the roof quickly. It's gonna be a bloodbath. Really soon, Shawarma gets one, and then Capricious think
One enemy
Shimona
remaining.
does get to warm out. That's a bloodbath, but still one last person left. On the side of MTG, will be taken down immediately by Dominic.
Okay, okay. No, all things considered, they were able to get 3 guns out of Bonaks' hands. That's a bit of a win. Not a full loss, right? A slight loss from Matilda. All things considered, the economy for Bonak is likely going to be quite shattered. You see a couple of sheriffs because they're not able to sustain into the bonus round. So, great response. I mean, the gamble kind of didn't work in terms of choosing
feet,
the site,
quick
but they
trigger.
moved as a unit to try to retake the A. Good job.
Gotta go.
Yeah, they did what they could with the resources that they had. It didn't quite work, but still, if it worked, it could have been, it could have worked out on their favor. But still, getting 3 down from the Bonaks, still not so bad. But as of this moment, the Bonaks split up all around the map. I'm kind of trying to look at where the spike is. It looks like it might be walking towards B. No complete commitment just yet, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer. Okay, we got a flash coming in. Barbie Dreamy does find a shawarma.
Yeah, died in the middle of the map, which means that most of the map is likely still going to be covered by this smoke. Barbie Dreamy absolutely having a field day right now. Just walk into his crosshairs and he will find the headshot with that Guardian. Great start from MTG, all things considered, right? Just one.
Yeah, it's crazy. You got 2 down on the side of Bonaks. As of the moment, still a quiet map, just a little bit, but Matilda is doing really, really well.
30
Doesn't
seconds
matter. Great
left.
start, but 30 seconds left to go. Don't know where the spike is. They have to plant that spike no matter what, but it's gonna be a little bit hard to make an entry to the A side, but they do it anyway. Barbecue just right around the corner. They're probably gonna get shots, and there
Spike
we have
down
it.
A.
Spike carrier has been killed. They got 10 seconds. I don't know.
10
if this
seconds
is
left.
so, yeah, this point
Last player
probably
standing.
goes on to MTG right now. Right now, they're just trying to get as much of the economy as possible down for the Bonaks.
Yeah, that's the thing about Chamber. I don't know if you caught that split-second move, but as the spike planter was planting the spike, Toronto, the Chamber, found the kill, immediately teleported out of the site and left poor Nicole on their lonesome to have to just die, and that was just unfortunate. That's why Chamber, high risk, high reward, and in that moment you kind of lose it all. So now 3 up for the side of Matilda. You gotta be feeling pretty good about that, getting the bonus under your belt as expected. So into the meat and potatoes we go. Long range, was that an operator shot? I couldn't quite tell, but I think Barbie Dell may have an operator. We see them with the sheriff right now. No, we'll have to dash away and take this Vandal into a bit of a off. Oh, I like the reposition from Barbie Doll. No one expects them to reposition to this corner.
It's always Barbie Doll, ever since the previous map, just on the worst possible place for the Bonaks. And right now, the Bonaks gonna be rotating back to attacker spawn. Still, we got, I believe, the Neon still covering a B. Walls up just to throw them up just a little bit, but there's no initiation that happened. So you can see Matilda GC didn't quite fall for that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on the Queen's a solo killjoy here up on that A side. Now with, Capricus out of the way, the ball must be dropped,
Spike
right? Okay,
down
Queen
A.
holding the fort, knows where the spike carrier is as well. It didn't count, has fired back now, Sharma. Look here. Oh my gosh, Barbie Dreamy finds it?
What? I don't even... What in the world is happening? Okay. Barbie trying to dominate.
Last player
Okay,
standing.
69 on the scoreboard. Might be at 6-10 by now. Got the fuse coming in. And I think they have this in the bag. They're just jumping around the spike right now. Okay, I get it, guys. I get it. You guys are absolutely happy. They're literally 3 points
Team
away
eight.
from winning this match.
Yeah, it's looking good for Matilda, right? This has to be a joyous moment for the team. You're right. After having, the last 2 coming back on pro with a bit of a vengeance here is got
About
to
this.
ignite the fire. So on to round number 17 we go. We've got the Cosmic Divide already online for Matilda, which means that it's a good one to
Going
hopefully
astral,
do
guys.
a retake on. They're leaving Queen on their lonesome on on A side with a stack ton of utility, and that allows the rest of Matilda to focus their attention on the rest of this site. See how Barbie Doll plays up to the pressure.
Absolutely. Got 5-man stacking towards B sides. We'll be pushing in. Let's see if we start to initiate really quickly. Okay, so rolls up. We got a bunch of utilities coming in. It's a bloodbath at B side. Still no casualties, however. Just a bunch of ship damage here and there. It looks like Nicole will be planting that spike real quickly. It's gonna be a little bit hard to get this retake in, but Matilda is trying. They're on to 2 different entrances. Towards the B side, and as of the moment they're trying to get the timing right to initiate this retake.
Yeah, well divided indeed coming Cosmic Divine up, but Hayden and Stroma just holding down the fort. Everyone's got a bit of a
Last player
action
standing.
so far. It's a bit of a
Enemy
barrage.
remaining.
5 finds
Last
it.
player
But
standing.
now caught in this 5 will drop. Stroma from the not dead yet finds 5 and will be able to break the curse from Matilda.
Finally, the momentum has been broken. That's finally for the Bonaks. It's 7-10 on the scoreboard. Still, Matilda GC is on the lead by 3 points, so it's gonna be quite a long way before the Bonaks can snag this match point for the best of 5 real quickly. And just a little bit nervous for the maps for TBN. They might concede this round to MTG perhaps. But you know what? Let's just see what happens if they can manage to, clutch
want to
this
play?
with their
Let's
utilities
play.
in. Not sure how many orbs they have, but they definitely have to work around with what that they have. And we do have Barbie Doll with the jet knives coming up. Okay, wall coming in. Looks like 5-man push once it gets to B side, but still Barbie Doll takes one. Mona takes one as well. 3, 2
player
versus
standing.
3.
Spike
And looks
down,
like
B.
until the GC does not want to let Bonaks try to get this momentum in.
Yeah,
Here.
Matilda are all fired up right now. They're gonna sit on this spike like chicken on an egg, and Tomek Toretto, no primary in sight, just a tour de force means it's gonna be a little harder. Yeah, you can hot swap between your Headhunter and this ultimate weapon, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough to take down 3 players who are, by the way, just absolutely looking around. Now the turret's online, so it just makes Tomek's job even harder.
Yeah, gonna be hard. Ooh, if only there was no Killjoy. The sentry gives a little bit of information. Still not enough. There's still 3 people on Matilda
30
GC.
seconds left.
It's gonna be hard, like especially when you're taking 2 different angles of the moment. Okay, there was a peek. We got the TP coming in. Smokes up. 5 just right around the corner, but there's no time anyways. The defender does win. That's another point to MTG. 1 more point to match point. 2 more points to victory.
Checking the situation.
They're feeling it. The choo-choo train has left the station and it ain't stopping right now. I mean, Matilda GC, they're really
Going
feeling
to
it, and right
Astral
at the
to do
top of the
them
board
Astral
is indeed
Guardian
the
things I
controller. 5 on the Astra with 22, doubling the number of times they've died, which is a phenomenal track record thus far. And if this keeps on going, they're gonna
Rise
really
and
find a
bring
lot
glory.
of momentum, and maybe again 1 away from that Cosmic Divide, which they just used like 2 rounds ago, I think.
I need
That is a
obscuring vision.
crazy cycle up of their ultimate.
Absolutely crazy. As of the moment,
Taking that
I don't
back.
think we'll be backing on the ultimate just yet. Looks like another B side push. They're going in really quickly, but still Barbie Julie does find them. What is happening? 2 down inside of the Bonaks, still losing their gunfights as
One
of the
enemy
moment.
remaining.
But still, as I
Spike
said, that
down,
it counts. Takes 2 before Bona takes 2 themselves. The Bonaks, another point goes to
Match
Matilda
point.
GC.
We're up to match point indeed. Right now, Bonak need to put everything, every single penny straight into their arsenal. Cash every penny out because they're about to get their only second loss, right? From here, the entire Queen's Legacy Season 1. And the first loss, map loss, was against this very team. So honestly, MTG know how to make Bonak bleed, and they're about to do it for a second time. Not if Bonak have anything to say about it. You can't underestimate them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be 2-1 later on, especially if
Bring them
MTG snags this kill in the bag. But looks like TBN they're gonna be in mid, and TG is definitely hunting them down, trying to go
Bring them
on
down.
to attacker spawn real quick. But just considering the fact that the Bonaks are holding on to pistols, might be a little bit hard to get this around in the bag. And you can see Matilda GC they're closing in. And looks like Dominic gets Barbie Dreaming nonetheless. First blood.
It's a big one. That Phosphor comes out.
Oh, no.
Mona's gonna be
Down
able
mid.
to mow them down. Alien the couple to stem to
Last
that
player
on. Has
standing.
resurrect as well, but you gotta clear these corners. Barbie don't has it unlocked, and now Spike is left in your lonesome. Once again, Dominic Toretto has to do it all. Grabs the Spike, TP's out of there, but on the hunt is Barbie Queen. Puts the final nail in the coffin and goes the way of Matilda GC.
That's crazy. Matilda GC finally putting one on the scoreboard on this best of 5. 2-1. Still match point for the Bonaks, but definitely denied their victory with that third map in Pearl. Kudos to Matilda GC. They did so well as defenders and attackers. And yeah, congratulations once again. And now we're going to be pushed to a game number 4 later on. And now I'm kind of curious what the maps are going to be later on. Really crossing my fingers maybe for an Abyss, because it's just funny. It's a pretty funny map, you know, if you say so myself. The random tripping into the Abyss, especially with lag, you know, it's kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
But then yeah, congratulations once again to Matilda GC for winning this map. And of course, yeah, just real quick, I'm gonna give a shout out to our very own production, Shiro, right behind the screen. Thank you so much for making this stream possible. Shiro is our stream director, and as with Madam Neko's words, it is giving us a quality and smooth stream. Thank you so much. And of course, to Trish, our back end, and they're helping Shiro for the stream. Thank you so much. I don't know if I met Trish yet. I don't know if you're the same Trish as Trisha, but still, thank you so much for helping with the stream. Then yeah, I think that's it for map number 3. That was pretty nice, but kind of want to see what the post game looks like right now.
Indeed. I mean, so far they've had a resurgence of a lifetime, right? They kind of put Bonak in their place and said, "Hey, we aren't going down without a fight." Some of these players absolutely stepped up, and it was really the map control that really made the difference. Pearl is one of those maps that, if you look at it, it's a little bit wide, but it's actually very narrow, which means that if you're on one side of the map, like defender side, you can actually walk to attacker side it very, very quickly, and vice versa. And we've seen, you know, Matilda GC do a couple of those just to be able to rock the boat around for Bonak. They had that one round, I forget, like round, what, 14, 15? When I had their pants down, caught at their ankles, not sure what was happening, because Matilda were running around circles around them. And hey, this scoreboard says exactly that. Astra 555, laughing at everyone so far. Doesn't have a single first kill, but doesn't matter, right? Able to follow up and secure the rounds both from a utility as well as a kill perspective.
Yeah, I'm crazy. 555 just popping out every now and then. And of course, we got Dominic Toretto, always the last man standing, rather woman standing. And well, I love the KDAs. 18 highest frags for the Bonaks, and then of course we got 23. That's a 555, followed up by 18 Barbie Queen. Just an amazing lineup, just an amazing roster for both teams. Maybe I don't know, like for the side of the Bonaks, I'm definitely not seeing the same firepower and like psychological warfare that we saw in the past 2 maps. So I'm just hoping that they won't be lax in round number 4, or rather game number 4 later on. But this one from Matilda GC, finally, I need to see this gameplay consistently in the next 2 maps in order for them to get the championship. So yeah, that's for the 2 teams. Just amazing job for both of them.
Indeed. Matilda definitely turned a new page to a new chapter. They've really lit a fire under Bonaks. And I think Bonak will have to respond. And honestly, if there's any team that will respond, it will be Bonak. So watch out, Matilda. You've got yourself a game ahead of you. Don't go anywhere. We'll bring map 4 to your screen near you. Just maybe hydrate yourself, get some snacks. I know it's getting late, but stick around for more Valorant action here at Queen's Legacy Season 1.
once again to Bonaksu Gaming's Queen Legacy Season 1. And, well, it was game number 3, and now we are at game number 4. It got pushed to game number 4, ladies and gentlemen, on this best of 5. And yeah, we do want to thank real quickly our sponsor, Ran Online Pinas, for making this possible, for helping us take this 20k pesos prize pool for this wonderful Queen's Legacy tournament, all female by the way. And then yeah, I think we have assets right here, free to play and play to earn. So yeah, as usual, yes, Ran Online Pinas is a server under Ran Online, and of course it is play to earn if you guys are familiar with those sort of games. So yeah, thank you so much for sponsoring our tournament.
Thank you very much indeed, and hopefully, you're getting the bang for your buck, because best of 5, we're on to map 4. I mean, we might go the distance the way that MTG were playing. They are feeling it right now. And Matilda GC already locked in all 5 of their players here on Split. We're seeing Yoru come out as well.
Ooh.
I am loving it.
And they have a Sage too. Okay, the Sky making an entrance towards a Split. Of course, finally an Omen and a Cypher for the first time. So we have Mirror Sage. Surprisingly, no Clove for MTG. And yeah, I think that's it. It's just the Sage and the Sky. Yeah. I mean, we got the Cyphers, we got the Omens. Pretty nice. I like the lineup. I like the lineup for Split. I just don't like the map.
Oh, yeah, I love Split. I actually really like the idea. I mean, to quote Omen, you don't even know the meaning of Split. It is a game that really actually calls for a lot of mid control, because of the way that both heavens overlook the sites, and the only way to the heavens easily is through mid. And I think that lends a lot of that mid aggression. So Sky is picked here to be able to lend some aggression. We see Aliens ACC4 as well on the stage very commonly to maybe block off that mid control, because they're starting on defense and you want to make sure that that mid is at least contested. They know about any mid pushes, there's no lurks, or at least you expend some presence and utility in that space. I like the Omen pick. I always think that the Paranoia is one of the best flashes in this entire map. And the Yoru is also a brilliant, interesting selection for duelists as well. Coupled with the Rays, I think we can really make a lot of space to saturate your way and teleport your way into some sort of gameplay. Now, you see, actually, they're making their way into mid. That's kind of what I called. And let's see how Bonaks responds to this.
Yeah. The Bonaks are kind of spread out all around the map, still trying to get a little bit more information before they make a move. But then, yeah, Matilda GC tried to get this mid right into place, but pulling back immediately, going to A site, and Sky just manages to miss them.
Oh my gosh.
Just a little bit. I don't know if they heard the footsteps, but yeah, they're going all the way straight to attacker spawn, while A is like wide open. Let's see what happens. Okay, just appears out of nowhere. 555 first cast.
Yeah, but that gives away the position of Nicole, right? Especially with that bird that kind of understands exactly where they are. Shomer will find the set of Mona, a bit flavored with this classic shots. But finally, we'll have a 1-for-1 trade. Now Sharma back into action here, getting healed up by their teammate. Leaves a lot to be desired. 2 versus 4. Around this corner we go. Right, slow and methodical. We are using a lot of utility just to be able to clear this, but do they realize the stage is around this corner? I think that at least the Raze is giving a lot of attention. Doesn't realize that Capicus will spot them out. Now it's all on Barbie Genie to have to dance around this. No bullets, has to reload, and that Sheriff will put that final nail in. First on the board to Bonak.
1-0. Still too early in the game, but still good start to the Bonaks as of the moment. But yeah, Matilda GC, they actually did quite an interesting strategy. So yeah, you know what? Maybe it's just a little bit on the execution. Maybe the retake coming in from the Bonaks really sealed the deal. But as of this moment, we're going to save round, going to Matilda GC. Let's see if they can go ahead and give that thrifty win, perhaps, or maybe they'll just have to concede this round to the Bonaks as usual.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see here as trips are already being set up pretty early on. Double Sentinel. Ooh, alien account. Able to drop Mona pretty early on. Barbie Doll's around the corner with the Bucky though, and this is where the danger really starts off. Right, double Sentinel. I'm surprised they didn't talk about this earlier. Mona really means they can lock things down. The Sixth Sense from Alien is phenomenal.
I need that. Whatever alien account is eating, I need that. What was that? I didn't see anything, but they managed to get 2 kills. Even if I can see things, I can't shoot at them. What is happening? Okay, we got one more casualty. One falls. 5 finds Nicole, however. That's a triple kill for alien account. What is happening over here?
Yeah, I mean it's really terrific right now how Bonaks are playing. Now a little fragmented. Now the hunt for that final player will seal the deal with Sharma. But you know, despite them having double sentinels, they're actually very aggressive. They're a very aggressive team. You really saw in round number 1 where Nicole was walking deep into attacker spawn, just feeding all the information, able to catch 555 out of that teleport as well from Yoru. So far, it's going to be actually really hard for MTG to find an opening. Up against a very aggressive double sentinel team means that they have to be very coordinated with their utility exec.
Yeah. I like their utility this time. The Bonaks, I think they did not have a flash in Pearl, which made things a little bit hard for them. But right now they have the Sky, so kind of confident, you know, maybe they can redeem themselves in this map. And right now, 2-0 on the scoreboard. The Bonaks slightly disadvantaged in terms of guns. Let's see if it stops them. We can see right around Heaven. Dominic's just right around the corner, trying to find one. Okay, 5-5. Whoops! What was that, guys? 555 does take Dominic first, and Barbie Jimmy follows up.
I mean, great flash from 555 as well, taking both Sentinels out of play, and now even forcing Capricus to have to take second thoughts here. Not a lot of good weaponry for the side of Nicole either, so on to it we go. Okay, Barbie Queen being a little gracious. No one's there to trade either. What are all these 1v1s? MTG, you have the side of lock and Mona spawn as well. It's turned the tides completely. Barbie will be able to find one at the very least, but in the midst of that smoke, it will be Nicole to seal the deal. That was I'm stunned. That actually Matilda threw. All these 1v1s, Annie, I'm shocked.
I know, like they need the like the Bonaks just needed the utilities. They just needed the right age. I don't know what happened in Pearl, but right now the Bonaks 3-0 right now. Well, like in the previous maps, we can see Matilda GC were so close into winning rounds, but this time it's just like the Bonaks just getting round after round after round. It's just amazing. I love it. I love the performance that the Bonaks are giving us right now on Split.
I mean, you might as well say that, hey, they lost Pearl, they're unhappy with that, they're coming back, they're playing on all brain cells right now. 5 hit game players, 5 of them all barrel down the same kind of play. Showstopper in hand, they're making their way straight into B, and this time Dominic at least finds Barbie Doll in the midst of it all. A second as well before Mona shuts that down. Sharma is right up close as backup, hiding around this corner. This looks terrific. Barbie Doll, Barbie Dreamy able to take down Sharma. Nice. The retakes finally in place, and Mona gets one for the troubles, but not enough. Nicole will shut that down once again. So all in all, not too shabby from the side of the defense, as they are still able to put up a lot of retake scenarios.
I love that. I love that for the Bonaks of the moment. But Matilda GC, they're still trying to get the footing, and I think they almost had it as well. They won a few gunfights of their own, but still, it was the Bonaks that eventually snag all 4 rounds as of the moment. And we're trying to find Matilda. We're trying to give Matilda GC a little bit of a breather over here. But I'm not sure what the guns are looking like. Maybe a full buy. I don't know. I'm not sure with the pistol that I saw a while ago, but as of the moment, it looks like Matilda GC will be taking mid for themselves, and Barbie Doll already finding the first casualty.
Yeah, the slow look from Barbie Doll was great, right? Like, it's a new look from them. They've inserted Barbie Queen into Vent as well to really try to break things open. This is the power of split. You basically split the entire map in half. Dominic is absolutely blinded and takes a pellet right to the face. And so, slowly but surely, MTG finding a bit of a footing here. They've forced a lot of map controls, and the rotates already from Bonnak have come out.
Love that. Love the blinds, sudden flash. And it worked out for Matilda GC. They managed to shave down the Bonaks to 3 on the roster. And still, looks like MTG, they're not making a move yet. They got 3 or 4 on mid, just slowly going to B sides. But what are the Bonaks doing? They thought that maybe there's a fake out to A, but on the other hand, it's a good thing. Killjoy's gonna be backing away real quick. Hearing those audio cues, Mona's gonna be planting that spike. 25
I've got your
seconds
trail.
to spare, and now it's the retake for the Bonaks.
Yeah, Seekers online, so they know where the final 3 players from Bonnak are as well. Post-plant smokes in play. We've got the Sage on a bit of a look down mid as well, trying to maybe open things up, but not even needed because 555 will shut down Shawarma pretty quickly. Now, Bonnak up top, spray the prey, answers indeed, and Mona will find the final one as well. First on the board after a brilliant mid-round calling going to Matilda GC.
I love the execution from Matilda GC. Just picking off 2, and then that amazing planting of the spike, as well as the defense on that post was just absolutely amazing. And right now, they finally break the momentum of the Bonaks. Finally getting the first point on the board. Absolutely love this for MTG. But this time, we're seeing bit of a split, but mostly stacking around B side. So let's see what their plan is. They definitely will not be going for mid as of the moment. So let's see what their plan is.
My ult's ready.
Yeah, just farm the orbs so far. We've got Dimensional Drift online from 555, which could really open things up, right? And get a lot of map control. The smart thing would be maybe to deploy it down mid and end up in B site, which is hopefully what they're thinking about doing at the moment. They've got Sentinels from Bonnak kind of split across these 2 sites, leaving this mid focal point, allowing a lot of spam potential coming in from Alien as well as Nicole. And so with all that, like that mess happening in the middle, yep, we're gonna deploy this Dimensional Drift straight into B.
Okay, looks like Matilda GC is making their move now, finding Shawarma first. Blinds coming in, but it looks like Capricious great instincts back there, dashing away, but still to no avail. Still gets taken down. 2 left on the side of the Bonaks. Come on, guys. You had 4 rounds in the bag, but as of this moment, I think this